It's January 9th, 2026. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A fabulous Friday, a fantastical Friday. A SmackDown starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, so everybody's happy Friday. And it's the end of the week, and we're back, and we're good. And Jeremy Lambert is here. Did you get some sleep? How are you doing?
Yeah, I've slept kind of well the past couple of nights. You know what it truly is, Joel, is the past week or so where I have not slept. It's because I've not been able, one, to sleep in my own bed, but two, like, I don't know if I'm frozen. Okay, I'm good. Okay, it froze for a second on me. All right, I've not been able to sleep in my own bed, but I've not been able to like cuddle up with my wife, and like that's the comfort for me. And not having that comfort has not allowed me to sleep very well. But the past few nights, she's been feeling better, and so we've been able to cuddle a little bit, and so I've slept better because of it.
I'm glad that you were able to get some cuddle time. I know the feeling is nice when you can do that and get some rest as well. So you're getting back to normal, which is nice. And a weekend that is devoid of too much wrestling means that you can hopefully
Oh,
take some time to breathe.
I'm sleeping so much this weekend. I say that, and then I'll end up doing a bunch of work, but I'm planning on sleeping a good chunk this weekend. If football's not on, I would just like to be asleep.
As you should. Just we're all gonna sleep tonight. I'm very excited to just be sleeping through the next, I don't know, 72 hours.
Yeah, it's SmackDown in 4 hours, which I love the afternoon shows. I hate that the show's 3 hours now because now it's 2 to 5 instead of 2 to 4. That's just lame. Like I'd rather just be done at 4 instead of be done at 5. But what can you do? It's a 3 hour show. Hopefully it goes by quick. I mean, 45 minutes of it's gonna be the Cody and Drew stuff. So that'll be at least a third of the show, give or take.
Well, I mean, listen, half of our show is going to be an interview that we did on Monday with Eddie Kingston. So
Yeah.
clearly, we're having a better day than SmackDown. So you can get excited for that. Hey, by the way, get excited to leave a thumbs up on the video. We always appreciate when you do that. And you can also do that. Come on, Pyro, Ballyhoo, just for you. And you can also subscribe to the channel. We always like when you do that because we need more numbers. The numbers go up, and so do our numbers, I guess. Numbers go up. That's the way they should go. And also, while you're at it, you can go ahead, donate a super chat. Those numbers are nice. Any amount, get your question or statement read on the air. And we always appreciate you when you are able to help us out in the financial world. Like Canyon Seaman, who is currently a financial advisor. Did you know that?
Is he? No, I don't pay attention to this shit.
Our friend Shaza McKenzie put out a tweet saying, "Does anyone know what Canyon Seaman's up to?" And I was like, "Shit."
Oh,
Well, now I'm curious. He did a volleyball podcast last year, like in September, because like he apparently is like an OG in beach volleyball. I don't know if you knew that. I've known some of that, but he did a beach volleyball podcast, and yeah, he's been in and out of financial services, but he works in financial services now as a wealth manager.
okay.
Wrestling. I mean, not anymore for him, but
I don't have anything to add.
it's fine. Ryan Lambert saying we do a 3-hour show with one of that being the Eddie interview. No, because honestly, there isn't that much to talk about. I don't think we need to go too deep into any wrestling stuff. You know what I want to do real quick because it's relevant to
What?
you.
No. What?
I know the Sens lost.
Yeah.
They got blown the F out
Yeah.
by the Colorado Avalanche. I
Yeah.
don't know if you've been keeping up at all with Sens.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
So let me set this up.
please.
Yeah. So I'll set this up. Yes, the Avs played the Sens last night. And we were watching the game, and my wife she goes like, "Who is like Olmark? What is this Olmark thing? With hockey?" And I'm like, "Oh, Linus Olmark. He's the Senators goalie. He stepped away." And she's like, "Oh, they issued like a statement on him." And I'm like, "Yeah, I read that." I was like, "I don't really know." What it's all about because he stepped away like 3 weeks ago or something. It's been
Not
it's been a few
even.
weeks now.
It was just before the end of the year, basically.
Okay, I thought it'd been a few weeks. Regardless, I was like, yeah, he stepped away, and it was like personal things, and then they asked fans to like respect his privacy, and of course, like fans aren't gonna respect his privacy, and so I didn't look into it any further than that. I saw the statement yesterday, which came out just a couple hours before the game, and I knew the Avs were playing the Sens last night, and I was like, oh, see, things are going well for the Sens right now. This should be a fun game tonight. I don't look any further into it. That she's the one who actually did like the deep dive of like, okay, what's going on here? And then as the game is going on, she doesn't realize the Avs are playing the Sens. It's at intermission, so she doesn't realize like the game is on and that's who they're playing and everything. And she's like telling me about this. I was like, well, the Avs are playing the Sens right now, and she's like, oh well, things seem to be going well for them. I was like, yeah, they're down 2-1 or 2-0 right now, and things are going well for the Avs. And then of course the game got really out of hand. But yeah, she's the one who actually like did the deep dive into it. If you would like to explain what all of this entails and what fans have kind of potentially figured out here.
So this is one of those times where I made the joke. I was when they released the statement. I was like, hey Joel, wouldn't it be nice to cover not wrestling sometimes where it doesn't get so messy and things don't get so weird? And then the Ottawa Senators hold my beer. And this was one of those moments where I'm like, I feel so bad for everybody involved, because in wrestling media, we all talk and some things get out and some things don't. And sometimes rumors are just blown out of proportion and personal life stories are out there. And what's true, what's not, you don't always know. And it's also not up to us to really care. People giving their thoughts on Nikki Bella having Cooper DeJean as Cooper DeJean. Anyway.
Cooper DeJean, yeah.
Yeah, okay. As a someone that she's casually dating, like people had thoughts on that, and my thought was, have fun, be safe, don't do anything illegal. I don't care. Good for you. It's like I don't know why anyone needs that. But anyway, the Olmark story gets so weird because originally the way it was framed for most people was he's been very open about his mental health struggles in the past, and it felt like he was going to take time off to address that and to work on that and to feel better and get himself into a place where he could come back to play hockey. And then all of a sudden these ridiculous rumors started with, before the Christmas break, he allegedly told his wife about how other players on the team have been cheating on them, and it's going to happen more and more. And it's like half the team are cheating on their partners. And then she led a group against a bunch of partners who were going to basically confront everyone. And it's this whole blown out of proportion not even conversation, just rumor about this guy saying something to his wife, and then his wife allegedly going to the other wives and being like, you'll never guess what's happening. And again, we don't know if this is true. This is literally something that just came out of the Twitter rumor mill, and it picked up steam because it's so messy and so just so it's not even out of the realm of possibility, because it happens. It does. It's an open secret in music. It's an open secret in athletics. Like if you go on the road, there's a high possibility you either do or don't talk about it with your partner, but like you find other ways to handle certain situations when you're stressed out or just in need of relief. Whatever this is, if it's true or not, first of all, it's none of our business. Second of all, like, I don't know if the Sens and Steve Staios did a good job putting something out there, because you literally just had you had both sides of the agenda when you and your wife, one went looking and the other one said, oh, okay, and let it go. Whatever, like, oh, that's weird, leave it alone. But then I also went looking, and that's how I found out what was going on. So I don't know what the right answer was, because at one point, like, people are going to believe what the company says or what the hockey club says, and they'll shut it down. Or you don't say anything, and it's almost like admission by association or just by disassociation. It's just a very strange situation to be in. And I feel bad for the Olmarks, and I feel bad for the Sens, but also kind of what athletics have become. Ryan said in the chat, athletes be fucking. Look at the Olympics. Conversation about the Olympics are just what, it's more the sexual Olympics than it is the actual attempt at a world record. That's one world record you don't want.
Yeah, like we know what goes on in all of this world. Sometimes it's more secretive than others, and whatever. It's their personal life. However they want to handle it is their own business. It's not any of ours. I really don't care. My wife just messaged and said I would be telling partners so fast that group chat would be made before the sentence is finished.
Like, I get it. I do. That's the thing. It's like, you don't want to be, no one wants to be cheated on. No one wants to be, treated away like that. Completely. I fully understand that. I did also add on that, like, there are a lot of partners who know this. There are a lot of partners who are okay with this, turn a blind eye to this. They're aware of it. I'm not going to talk out of school, but like, again, in the music world, I know a lot of people who I've spoken to both parties, and both parties know, and both parties are aware, and they just don't care. They keep going because the marriage is considered one thing and someone else is considered another thing. They're just two different transactions. And if that's how they work, then it works. If it doesn't, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's, people have different, I don't say ground rules, but people have different, some have conversations and some don't, right? And the ones that have the conversations, if they're okay with it, it's not my beliefs, but it's their beliefs. So, okay, if they're fine with it, more power to you, I guess. But there are some who don't know what's going on and do think that, like, hey, everything's good, and then you find out everything is not good, and that's shitty. So yeah, as far as like the whole story, remember when Sting, people got mad at Sting because he was like, yeah, everybody's cheating. Have you not heard this?
I've probably heard this, but not from Sting directly. I've heard from other wrestlers in this regard.
You seem very confused that Sting kind of like outed everybody as like cheaters, and a lot of wrestlers at WCW were not happy about that because he I think it was like Insane Clown Posse. What? Go ahead.
You know what I thought you were going for, that I was so confused? I thought you were going to go with the Jagger story. There was that one girl who was trying to extort Jaromir Jagr, and he was a photo of them in bed together, and she's asleep, and he's like, that was the end of it. That's where I thought you were thinking of it. Sorry.
No. Sting, like, it was cheating. This is I think he's admitted this stuff. So I'm not speaking like out of turn on anything because he's admitted it. But then, he like told his wife or his ex-wife of like, hey, like some of the boys do this too. And like, I remember, who was it? The Insane Clown Posse guys got really mad at him, and I'm sure other people did as well. But the Insane Clown Posse guys were people who like actually like came out and said like, yeah, fuck Sting because he did all of this. So it's not I don't want to say it's not like commonplace, but it's a thing. And again, some people are fine with it. They have like an open relationship and like, okay, more, that's fine. That's their relationship. But others don't. And it's not cheating is like a huge it's like a deal breaker for me. And I'm like, nope, I'm done. After that, Sting won't sign bats, but will sign bedposts. Yeah, that's good,
no.
That's
Love
good, Grizz. So yeah, as far like, I don't know what's true. I don't know what's not true. Maybe stuff will come out, maybe not. Here's what I will say: Ottawa Senators are a fucking trash ass team. Not like
that's known.
Not like the way they like, they're not like a bad team. I mean, they got their asses kicked. They got their asses kicked last night, but like they're kind of like a bunch of bitches. They were taking cheap shots down 8-2. They're going after like Gerard, who's like the smallest player on the team. I'm like, why don't y'all fuck with somebody who's your own size? It's because Josh Manson kicked the shit out of them, and that's why they're like, yeah, we ain't fucking with this guy. But what just a bitch ass team, man. Brady Kachuk, his little bitch out here. McKinnon would have murdered these dudes too if he felt like it. I definitely wouldn't fuck with Nathan McKinnon. But what a bunch of bitches on this team. No wonder, I don't blame Linus Olmark's wife. Be like, yeah, this team's a bunch of assholes. I'd out them too. Let's destroy this locker room.
Hold on, Jeremy. The reason they're so aggressive is because they're so sexually frustrated. So they're taking it out on the round.
I mean, I guess, but just a bunch of bitches out here. I was so annoyed watching this. Like, all right, you guys got your ass kicked. You're down 8-2. I'm sorry, not really. My team benefited, but like, why are you running after Gerard? Bless Gerard. He's out here fighting Tim Stutzel. Like, Gerard doesn't fight anybody. He's the smallest dude on the team. He's like, all right, you guys want to go? We'll go. But yeah, Manson kicked the shit out of that one dude in the first period. And then he came back and he scored 2 goals on their asses, had an assist, Gordie Howe hat trick. Shout out to Josh Manson.
I mean, first of all, the Sens are the basement of their division right now. They're 20-18 in a division that has like the Canadiens are at 25-13. Like the Wings and the Habs are currently at the top of the division. They're like the Leafs are better than the Sens right now. It's very upsetting. The only team that's worse than the Sens are the Blue Jackets, and that's by 2 points.
The East is
above the Sens, or just above the Leafs. Good for you.
The East is insane. Like, all these teams are like 2 points out of a playoff spot. I ain't got this problem at the top of the mountain. We're looking down on all you peasants at the top of the league out here. We got 4 regulation losses. 2 of them don't actually count. I mean, we lost to the Panthers and the Lightning. It was bound to catch up to us at some point, but we can afford to drop a couple games. Okay, like, Stutzel doesn't fight. It's not like it was Kachuk going at. That's because they ran at Gerard, though. Gerard wasn't going to fight someone who like actually fights. Gerard doesn't fight. Come on now, like they're the ones taking shots at him. He's not going to fight Brady Kachuk because Gerard's not a fighter. He'd get his ass kicked by Brady Kachuk. So he fought someone that was kind of in his weight class and who would actually fight with him. It's still bitch move to is Koma. Are you a Senators fan? It's still a bitch move to run at dudes when you're down 8-2 and getting your shit pushed in.
Yeah, listen, the Sens aren't exactly the burn it down team that they were last year, where they went further than they expected. They got a lot of work to do. And I don't think James Reimer is going to be the answer to their prayers.
Nah, he sucks.
Couldn't believe when I read the Dredger report, and I was like, no, stop it. Bringing him in for a 2-way with the expectation that they're going to just bring him up to Ottawa. I'm like, no. It was funny when they made the announcement that Olmark was like off the roster but still on the team so that they could make room for Lars Eller coming back. I was like, Eller's not a goaltender. Ah, shit, they don't have a goaltender.
Man, Kel McCarr was fucking up Lars Eller last night because he was being a bitch too. And I think Kale was probably pissed because the Avs traded for Lars Eller a few years ago at the deadline thinking like, he's going to help us. And then he sucked. And so Kale's like, you cost me some playoff games with your shitty play.
I think they just went back to, they were down by 5 at the end of the first. Or, sorry,
no, the end of the first?
It was 2. Yeah, it was 2. Yeah. And sorry, by the end of the second, by the end of 40 minutes, they were down by 4 or maybe 5. And at that
they were down
point,
5-1. They were down 5-1 after 2.
Okay, so they were down by 4.
Sorry. They were down. Sorry. They were down 8. They were down 8-1 after 2.
No, it wasn't 8-1 by 2, was it?
Yeah, I watched the game, Joel.
I believe that you.
I turned the game off at 5-1. I didn't turn it off, but like I switched my screens because I was watching the college football playoff game on my computer, and I was watching the Avs game on the TV. And then once the Avs game got to 5-1, I'm like, all right, well, this is the lesser important game now. Let me put the college football game on the main screen here. But yeah, it was 8-1 after.
8-1. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking at, and at that point, it's just like, you know what, get scrappy, do whatever the fuck. Like at that point,
no, that's a bitch move.
Like, do whatever you want, go have fun, free skates.
Nah, that's bitch play right there. You're down 8-1. Just play the game, respect the game, try to make a comeback. If you're gonna take runs at dudes, don't take runs at the smallest guys on the team. You want to go out, you want to try to fuck with Manson, all right, fine. You want to go and you want to fight Brent Burns or Sloynov, fine, go after those dudes. But taking runs at like Gerard, you want to fight Val? All right, he's not really a fighter, but he's a big dude. But like, you don't need to take runs at small dude. I always think that's bitch move when you're down big and you're like, oh, you know what we're gonna do now? We're gonna start trying to injure your players and stuff. Like you lost. Like get over it. You're on a back to back. It was what they weren't gonna win this game anyway. They were on a back to back. They were playing the Avs, the best team in the league, at home. We haven't lost all year in regulation at home. Like, this was a scheduled loss for the Senators. All right, you got your ass beat. Play the game, finish the game, move on. Now, you guys are lame with the, fourth line, go out there and fight everybody. No. That's lame shit, man. Like, you lost.
Let them do hardcore Holly. It's fine.
That's lame shit of... we're down big. Now send the fourth line out there to go out and fight. If you want to go fight people again, like I'm kind of okay with it. If you're gonna be like, okay, we'll send my fourth liner out to fight your fourth liner. Fine. That's how it used to happen in the old days, right? Let's send Brashear out there to fight Scott Parker. Cool. It's a blowout game. Let's get these guys out there. Don't take runs. The star players don't take runs at the small players out there, because again, that's lame shit to me. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Did you see the Kraken Pride jerseys?
No. Are they good? Are they bad?
Look at these things.
Oh, those are pretty sweet.
So cool.
It's a unicorn.
I know. It's a big badass unicorn in the flowery S. Come on, man. This is awesome. And I went looking, and like, these are legitimately part of the Pride jerseys. These rule. More hockey teams need to go into this type of like unicorn vomit type of jerseys. This rules.
Yeah, Yeah, those are pretty nice. Are they going to be able to wear them, or is like the NHL going to get a hissy about like, well, we support Pride and we support the community, but we're not actually going to let you do anything?
The Kraken seem to be doubling down and being like, no, fuck you, we're doing it. Like they seem to be more invested in actually making it happen. I don't think they're going to lose any support because it's Seattle. Like, they're a pretty liberal club from my understanding. So do it. Don't let anyone push you around. Forget it. Put them on.
Sure. I just assume the NHL is going to be like, we support all this, but we're not going to show you.
Yeah. Sorry, the NHL, but anyway. So hockey talk. The Sens are going to lose again. They're going to fight again, and they will live to see another day.
Man, fuck that team after yesterday.
You'll forget about them again until they don't. I think that's the only time they face each other this season, anyway.
No, they'll play each other again. You play every team at least twice. Yeah, you play every team twice.
We got to play.
I don't remember if they played earlier in the year. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. Sens versus Avs.
I assume we'll play it. I assume we'll play at some point. Like it's.
Oh, they're playing at the end of the month, January 28th in Ottawa.
Oh, all right. Well, I hope they're a little less bitches by then.
No, you're going to see some hand-to-hand combat. That'll be Mark's first game back.
Whatever. Just annoying that they played like that last night.
Yeah, I get it. Listen, it's frustrating for you, and it's frustrating as a Sens fan to see this all go down. But yeah, do you have a thing going?
Yeah, my banner is gonna be "Fuck the Ottawa Senators," but we get demonetized.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore.
Can I bleep it? Can I go F star CK?
You can just put F.
Fine.
And we
do F the Senators, and you can take into that however you want. Could be Ottawa, could be US.
Go ahead. Do that what you will. Could be fail the Senators. Who knows? Yep. Oh man.
Now, like, if you're a Sens fan, I know Joel is. The person in chat, Koma. Like I feel bad that your team sucks. You never want your team to play like trash and not win games, but just lose with some respect out here.
Respect is lost. It's over. All right. We'll give you a little bit of TNA talk, just a little bit.
No.
What? Perez Hilton's coming back. Aren't you excited for Perez Hilton and TNA, Jeremy Lambert? The year is 2009. The last time that name was uttered with any relevance. Perez Hilton is a piece of shit. Misogynist. Asshole. Complete garbage human. Likes to out actors who have not outed themselves. For some reason, in 2026, TNA has decided that it's a good idea to bring back Perez Hilton in a 1 step forward, 50 steps back routine that they like to do. And he'll be at the AMC debut. Some people are saying, oh, it's going to be one appearance. The way he's talking about it, he's making it sound like there's going to be more than just one appearance. And if it is more than one, well, TNA is doing what TNA does. It was very TNA of TNA to do it. So Perez Hilton's back, and he shouldn't be. What the fuck is wrong with this company? Well, we know what this is. And Jeremy, you got screwed, by the way. You were not Mr. Elegance. Unless you put on 50 pounds. Did you put on 50 pounds and lose it in the last month?
It'd be pretty good. It goes on that Ozempic. I'm not acknowledging that bullshit that they're doing. As far as Mr. Elegance goes, okay, obviously it is what it is on Izzy Dame with that and how and how they did it, and it's like, here's this backstage person, we're gonna turn him into whatever. Like, I always thought it was gonna be like an independent wrestler, and they had it all picked out. To me, it was just like, you had less of a plan than I actually thought on this. Here's my issue with it, and it's been my issue with TNA for months now. Show the fucking videos. I'm very angry today, Joel. I know I'm cursing a lot. I apologize that I'm cursing so much. But show the videos. You ask for these videos from fans, wrestlers, whatever, and then like you don't just like put together a little highlight package and be like, look at all these submissions we got, and here's like a supercut of things. I don't even care if I'm not in it. I should be the whole thing, but I truly do not care if I'm not in it. This goes on the principle of like, you ask for these videos and then you don't like acknowledge that they exist, and you don't do anything with them. It just makes it feel like people just wasted their time doing this. Maybe the expectation is like, oh, well, we didn't guarantee they would be shown on TV, but then it's like what's the point? We know we're not getting picked for Mr. Elegance. At least I assume most of us know we're not getting picked for Mr. Elegance. They did this whole thing to do a bid or to pick whoever they wanted to pick. So we get the game here, but we still took time and put effort into this stuff. Some of us, I don't know how many were submitted, but obviously I know myself, Ben, and Simon submitted stuff. So some of us did put time and effort into this stuff. Just do a supercut and air it on television. This is the same thing of like, oh, we want your reactions to this stuff, and then you don't air anything. It's like, well, what's the point of doing this if like you're not going to acknowledge that any of this stuff exists? Like, it just shoots yourself in the foot stuff. This seems so simple to me. Hey, we're asking for videos. Okay, why? Because we want to see them. Well, are you going to air them on television? No, we're not going to like put them on television. Okay, then why should we do this? Well, because we asked for them. It's just dumb. Just put it on television. It doesn't seem that difficult to me.
It isn't. And what the problem is has become is the irony is that they don't have a social engagement plan. Meanwhile, they have one of the best, if not the best, wrestling social media worker in the business. And it's so frustrating that like they're not utilizing that to make a plan and to put together these things that can involve fan engagement, fan reaction, fan assessment, like something. And this was something that AJ Francis was such a proponent of when he started with TNA, and they let him run with it until they realized, oh, we're not getting our money back fast enough. We're not getting the notoriety fast enough, so we're cutting it. And that was giving streamers access to the shows and telling them, hey, stream them and show them and talk about it on this. Like, do some promotional work for TNA, just like Impact used to do when they aired on Twitch. And they were like, here's the code, you can co-stream it, no problem, do it on Twitch. And that's what brought our TNA post shows together. Jensen and I would sit and we'd watch the shows and we'd laugh and talk about it, and it would be a communal event, which is what wrestling is. It's a communal event. And instead they're trying to do this, hey, send us your videos, and it's like they make it sound more like we want you for IP more than it is we want you for social engagement, social interaction. Give WWE all the shit you want about wanting to get the video reactions from the streamers or video reaction from the crowd. Like, at least they use it in a way that becomes much more engaging for the average fan. Like, whoa, they're having so much fun, or whoa, they're reacting the way I reacted. This is relatable. What TNA is doing is taking the first part and completely ignoring the rest of it. They're saying, send us this, and then they're like, okay, then what? And they're like, then what? It's like they're stoned and trying to promote their products.
It seems so simple. Like, you already have the videos. Just cut it together and air it on television. The people you were asking for the videos have done half the work for you, more than half. All you got to do is cut. Like, I don't even know if these things get actually watched. I don't even know if they just get sent to like a junk email, and so now they're just floating in the universe. This goes for the elegance videos, for the reactions, whatever it might be. I have no idea if these things, again, if like they're actually watched or anything. That's why I put mine on socials and we put it on YouTube. It's like, well, if I'm gonna put this much effort into it, I'm gonna make sure somebody sees it. And you know, I do appreciate our audience, and I like doing dumb shit for you guys and with you guys, so it was always gonna show up there. But I imagine there were people who like actually submitted these things and no one ever saw it, because I don't know how much TNA actually looked at this. I think reaction videos are dumb. We have friends who are reaction streamers and stuff, and they have fun with it. Bless them. I don't care that WWE airs it. It doesn't make me more excited if like, oh, look how WWE shows all these reactions. Like, man, I'm really excited. Like, damn, this must be a cool moment because they're freaking out over it too. I'm like, whatever. Like, if you guys enjoy that stuff, then more power to you. But I do appreciate that WWE like actually shows that and is like, hey, look how much people are enjoying our product. And they don't necessarily ask for it, but by showing it, like, it's a smart tactic, honestly. Like, you show the reaction streams, and then you're like, oh, if you're just a regular person watching it, you're like, oh wait, maybe I can do a reaction stream, and they'll show me on here. There's no promise that they will, but it might just get people more engaging into it, of like, okay, well, now I'm going to react to this, and then maybe you build an audience to that. Now, it hasn't like worked because their audience continues to drop, at least with that, but I understand the point of trying to do that. With TNA, it's just you're not even attempting to grow the audience. Like, you're actively running people off by not rewarding people, because you're asking for it. You're saying, send in these videos. Again, I know there's no promise of like, we're gonna show them. Don't worry, like, we're gonna use these videos. I get that. It just seems like a giant misfire to not actually do anything with them.
I'll even give you baseline, because I know that there have been conversations in the past about what you air on TV and what's high enough quality for the, stitching together and all that. I know that TNA, some of the production guys who were, some of them are very old head, they wanted to look pristine and be on like, proper broadcast cameras, so on and so forth. So a lot of them will push back. Meanwhile, I give a lot of credit to companies like literally every other company that produces content. If it's shot on an iPhone or it's shot on whatever, like the Bow Wow 240p, but they still aired it, because guess what? It was still Bow Wow on your show doing something, and that's worth it. It doesn't matter what the quality is. Yeah, do you want it to look like a potato? No, absolutely. But do you want it? Do you want the content? Yes. So for TNA, they can at least stitch together all the submissions and put them on the internet. Maybe do a video of the Elegances as sitting at a table and reacting to the videos. You can do something in an afternoon with that. And it could be a funny YouTube video because your YouTube is monetized. Like, it's an added value. You can put it on TNA Plus. It doesn't need to be on the show. No one's saying it needs to be on Impact. Would it be fun if it is? Sure. But like, if you put it on socials, it's still interacted with, it's still engaged with, it's still shared. But you're not doing it. You're just saying submit all the stuff. And like, I don't know what they were expecting, that suddenly they're not getting what they wanted, or if there was pushback, or they just did not have a plan, which is most likely. It just turned into what it was, which last night was they found a stagehand who works for the company. I said this on the spotlight. I was in the chat while I was doing other stuff, but like, I know this guy. I have seen him before, but I don't know what he does for the company. I know he works in a legitimate sense, in a legitimate role with TNA. I've seen him. He's not a stagehand for his gig. He does something else. They brought him on. They're doing something with him, and they're going to do I don't know, fat guy gets a suit. That's basically what they're doing. And like, it's comedy and it's silly and it's stupid, and that part is great. But they're also doing, on top of that, Dustin Nguyen, who's a wrestler. He's going to be the new protector of the Elegances. So I guess he's going to be Mr. Elegance after they figure out that the big guy's not funny enough or not worth it or something. I don't know. It's very silly. You should be Mr. Elegance. That's the only answer.
I mean, that's very true. Again, like, I expected they already had a Mr. Elegance picked out. This is not my actual complaint. Like, I was robbed. But I don't care. Just reward your audience. That's what this boils down to. Just reward your audience. Reward the people who are going out of their way to do things that you are asking them to do. It seems so simple to me. Like, I don't understand the mindset of, well, we're just not gonna do anything with this. We asked for this, but we're not actually going to do anything with this. This company's stupid, man.
Yes, it is.
For more than one reasons, but just a dumb company.
Tenders is saying TNA on AMC is going to be CW on Sci-Fi big time. I don't want to bury it yet. I'm looking forward to the AMC premiere. I'm not looking forward to some of the decisions that they decided to put out there yesterday, but I'm going to give them, I've been grading them on a curve for the last couple of weeks because they're clearly more interested in the AMC stuff. But like, I'm hoping that what we see on Thursday is a positive direction. They're in this stupid position that they put themselves in, where they're doing a big debut show on a new network that they think is the bee's knees, and they're promoting the hell out of it, and then they're running a pay-per-view 2 days later and they want $40. Like, in what world do they think that this was the answer, that they have to run the pay-per-view the 2 days later and expect that this would be worth it? They did the same thing with Vegas last year, where they went into Vegas and did the Unbreakable show because I guess WWE said, hey, how about you get some money? And TNA was like, yes, sir, I'll be right there. And they ran the show, and then they went back to the taped episodes that led them into Rebellion a week or two later. I think it was a week later they were doing Rebellion. So it didn't make sense then, and it's not going to make sense this time, because the best thing that they could have done was, they're like, oh, Myron Reed and Leon Slater. Well, if Leon Slater doesn't win, then Myron Reed's going to be a part of the triple threat at Genesis. I don't think anyone's expecting Myron Reed to win the title and get Leon Slater off of the show. And then on top of that, you've got last night they do the contract signing. We'll talk more about that in a second, because there was some newsworthy. No, we'll get to it. We will. They did TNA
talk.
Whatever, this is the time we have. They do that, and then the Nick Nemeth comes out and he's like, I'm going to call my shot after the match. After you two beat the shit out of each other, I'm going to come in, I'm going to win. And it's like, okay, Nick Nemeth should be part of the pay-per-view. He is one of your bigger acts. Why wouldn't he be in the main event of the Genesis pay-per-view? So it feels like what they're going to do is tease the cash-in, not do the cash-in, and then he's going to be like, you know what, Saturday, I want my shot on Saturday, new champion Santana of this big moment. Now it's going to lead to Saturday, and we crown and hopefully re-crown, keep it in Santana as the champion, unless Santana's leaving, at which point I don't think he is, because he certainly said some words that made it feel like he's not. But yeah, that's where that is. I'm hopeful that the AMC debut doesn't suck.
I think the AMC debut will be fine, and then it'll go downhill from there.
I think so too. Again, they need a big creative and production overhaul, and I don't think you're going to see that on the 15th. I don't think you'll see it for maybe a few months until someone says, "Hey, this isn't working." Fans are pushing back, and maybe AMC execs see it more than people. People like myself and Mike Gilbert and literally everyone who talks about TNA on an outside basis talk about it in a way that needs some creative and some production refreshes. So my hope is that they do something, but that's where we're at. What I was alluding to earlier, for those who didn't see it, the contract signing. Something I do want to point out was this was probably the first time that there was a legitimate, and I use the term loosely, shot at AEW from former AEW talent on a TNA. This is the first time that anything really negative towards AEW has been put out there on the TV show. And that was Santana with Kazarian doing the contract signing. And Santana's promo was effectively him saying, hey, we used to be somewhere where we weren't happy, where we felt like we were getting the pride. Was it the pride? He used the word, something was sucked out of us, just the enjoyment of wrestling. And we both know where Kazarian and Santana were before they came to TNA. They said, we took bets on ourselves, we left that place, and now we're going to be competing for the world title. And they take pride in that. This is the first time where AEW has really become like this on-screen negative character mentioned. And I'm not surprised, but I thought it was newsworthy or noteworthy that they put it out there. The passion. Yeah, SP3 has it. It was the passion for wrestling was taken from them. That was to me, it was clearly negative towards AEW because it's not like they were both in WWE at the same time having those things happen. But yeah, your thoughts?
Okay.
Well, again, this is a company that continues to try and take shots at AEW, whether you care or not about it, and they keep trying to do this number 2 bullshit, and this is one extra piece.
I mean, I like Mike Santana. I'm not mad at it. Like we see shots all the time between companies in the context of the story. Like it made sense. It's not like they were out here just like throwing random, like unnecessary shots at anybody. Like it's not anything like they haven't said in interviews, right? Like Santana has said as much in interviews. Maybe not the like we lost our passion type of thing, but he talks about his frustration. Kazarian the same thing. Like they've said this stuff in interviews, so it's not the biggest deal to me because I don't have a problem when these companies throw shots at each other. It's funny. It happened all the time in the Monday Night Wars, and people praise that as the greatest time in wrestling. So let's not act like we're above that now, because it's not harming anybody. Like AEW is not harmed by this. If anything, like TNA will be harmed by it because people are like, oh, it's so unnecessary, and why will they focus on themselves and everything? But truly, they're not harmed by it either. AEW fans might get mad, but the AEW fans aren't tuning in to watch this show anyway. So whatever. I don't think TNA fans are mad. TNA fans are probably like, yeah, it's true. And now look at him. We got him. And Santana's awesome. And Frankie Kazarian has done good stuff. It doesn't harm anybody. And it made sense. Again, it made sense for the context of the story. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, are you doing it to randomly do it and just to like throw the shot to gain attention? Because if so, that's kind of lame. Are you doing it because it's part of the story and you're trying to enhance the feud or connect some dots together? In that case, I think that's what they were doing, and so I'm more accepted to it.
The line was, at one point in time, we were both at the same place, miserable as all hell. We were at a place where we tried to drain the passion. We were at a place that tried to drain the passion out of what we love the most. And what do? We held each other up. We left that place. We bet on ourselves. And today we're sitting across each other, about to go toe-to-toe for the grandest prize in pro wrestling on the biggest show in TNA history. The latter part, that's subjective, but also you're on the show. You're putting over your show. But again, it's worth putting out there that it's really the first time that those types of words have been used in this setting on TNA as a storyline bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Listen, feel how you will. And some people are saying, you mentioned AEW, you get online traction. There is that. There's absolutely that. It's also part of their story, so we can't take that away from them. But thought it was worth the mention. Tenru's adding in, Joel's trying to avoid talking Jericho and TNA. I've talked about Jericho and TNA. If it happens, it happens. I'm gonna sit there and it'll be like, all right, cool. He's gonna show up and work till what? I think Sean had the right idea. Have him work, in the summer into Bound for Glory. Come in the fall or whatever and work until Bound for Glory and do other things at other times for the high seasons of other wrestling companies. If he shows up, sure, great, good for him.
High seasons. Yeah, well, like AEW's. I know. Yeah. AEW's doing Exile on Pain Street. Clearly, that is the Chris Jericho retirement show.
Yes, that's the Exile on Painmaker Street.
No, this is just Exile on Pain Street. They're not going full Painmaker. It's just getting Exile on Pain Street, Joel.
I don't know. Is Jericho I don't think Jericho's a big Rolling Stones fan.
He loves Jagger. He talks about Jagger all the time.
I know he loves Freddie Mercury. Is he big? Is he a Stones guy?
Yeah, he loves the Stones.
Oh, okay. Chris Jericho, Rolling Stones. We're gonna do a quick. Maybe he didn't do like a fucking ad read sitting at the Rolling Stones. Yeah, he was at a Rolling Stones concert and he did an ad read. Yeah, okay, fine. He prefers the Rolling Stones to the Beatles. So you know what? You're right.
Yes.
Exile on Pain Street is the return of the Painmaker, and it's the retirement show for Chris Jericho. It's happening. Very excited for it. Tenru's adding in. I know it's petty, but F it. I hope AEW squashes TNA. Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's squashing anybody. Nobody's going anywhere. They're just going to lob shots at each other. They're both going to get the numbers that they get. Their partners are going to be happy as long as they're bringing in money, and that'll be that. TNA is not going anywhere unless they really fuck themselves creatively, and AEW is not going anywhere unless they, cause a massive fire at WBD. That's just the way it is. Cyclops better than Wolverine, saying AEW fans won't be mad, but the sickos will. Well, it is what it is. Izzy Dame. She came up with that. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did know that.
Okay, just making sure. Oh, anyway, I don't know if you have anything else that you want to add. You see, CJ Perry's going to take she's going to take acting classes, stand-up classes, and then she's going to come back to wrestling as a manager.
Okay.
Good for her. Good for her. What do you want to do? You want to air this interview and come back at the end of it?
I mean, unless there's anything else you would like to talk about.
Not particularly. I see people are talking about this this new lawsuit that Brandon Thurston's reporting on, that there's a class action lawsuit against WWE for how they handled the ESPN launch. And listen, this thing sucked from the get-go. We talked about this when they announced it. We're like, the YouTube TV thing was never official. Then YouTube TV was like, oh, we're not ready to work with ESPN yet as part of the deal. And it sucked. It just wasn't, it was never rolled out properly. So class action suit, they want refunds for customers who paid for ESPN Unlimited while already getting ESPN channels through a TV provider. The lawsuit names, this is from Brandon Thurston, the lawsuit only names WWE as a defendant and not ESPN or its parent company, Disney. By only suing WWE, the plaintiffs are trying to avoid the arbitration and class action waiver provisions that they note are in Disney's subscriber agreement. So they're taking WWE to court for this. They're trying to. There you go.
I mean, we'll see if it goes anywhere. I never feel like this stuff ever goes anywhere. But it's possible that it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. I assume it's going to be difficult because only WWE's named, and a lot of this was ESPN marketing. So as always, I just assume this stuff gets settled, people get paid, and everyone moves on with their life. That's how I always feel. They can
give up $1,000. They can give up $1,000 and be like, all right, shut up.
It's okay. That's how I assume this stuff goes. I mean, but we'll see. Good job by Thurston, reporting this stuff. He's obviously fantastic. Yeah, he's great. And that's why we're not really it's not a big deal. It's not a big lawsuit.
It's literally a please give us our money back because nobody understood what this was.
It's a class action lawsuit. Like WWE has about 1 million of those against them right now.
Yes, exactly.
It's not that many, but I swear they've got a few class action lawsuits. They got the one about the merger and everything. That was a class action lawsuit. There was multiple filed there, but yeah, they got a few class action lawsuits against them.
Yeah. Is there anything else, or should we get into this?
So I think I think we'll air the Eddie Kingston interview. We'll come back. Are you good to go a little over today? I feel like we have to. Okay.
Do we really have to?
Well, I mean, not like super long or anything, but we're gonna air the Eddie Kingston interview. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about SmackDown. I don't have like too much to say, but I do want to talk a little bit about Drew and Cody, and then obviously if anything else happens during this next hour, then we'll talk about that as well. And if you guys have anything that you want us to hit on, leave it in the chat. But hopefully you're paying a bunch of attention to the Eddie Kingston interview, and you are not worried about what's happening in the rest of the world.
The Eddie Kingston interview, it's an hour long, like we mentioned. It's a really fantastic interview. We're talking about Jaka, who passed away last year, late into the year. Eddie's going to be part of a tribute show with CCW and BRCW. We spoke with Matthew Mashler on Monday to set up the show that they're doing. It's called Yow. It's a tribute to Jaka. It's next Saturday. It's January 17th. So if you're in the Kissimmee, Florida, or just that area of Florida, or you happen to be there, you can get tickets at ccwtix.com, TIX, so ccwtix.com. So we spoke to Eddie at the beginning. You'll see we'll talk about Jaka and Team Pazuzu, which was the team that basically was Ortiz, Jaka, and was it Dickinson,
Santana, yeah.
Santana, yeah. So anyway, the Team Pazuzu and a whole bunch of other stuff. We get into everything. So go and enjoy this. We really enjoyed it. Hope you do too. This is us talking to Eddie Kingston. I should probably add the audio. It's probably a good idea
for this interview. I mean, we could.
Sorry, I took it down. What was that?
Okay.
I gotta add the audio for it.
I was saying, yeah, the audio would be helpful. I mean, we can like sit there and watch Eddie Kingston be shirtless and pantomime. Can't speak. Pantomime. That'd be fun. But
that'd be fun.
Yeah, I feel like people want to hear what Eddie Kingston has to say.
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm gonna re-add this and we're gonna fix it. My bad.
Okay.
I didn't expect that to be. Didn't expect that problem.
TNA ass production over here from Joel.
Ruining my spot. There we go. Share system audio. That's why. Okay. Be careful sharing screen audio. If you have a guest, they will hear themselves. You're sharing everything you hear. It's fine. Okay. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. Come on, man.
Oh, Joel.
What?
What is happening here, Joel?
What is this? Okay, hold on. We're going to fix it. It was working, and now it's just not. So let me get this working. Why are you telling me it's not working?
Was it working? Did you check this?
I did. Stop sharing.
Okay.
Let me open up my things. Such a stupid. Here, let me see if I can do it from a video file. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Boom. Hello, friends. We're back again. Welcome to Fightful Overbooked. This is a very, very special conversation. It's taped. It's not live. Could you believe it? Jeremy and I doing something that's taped and not live. We always do live. But we're here. We're very excited to welcome the one and only Eddie Kingston, who's going to be taking part in a very, very special show that is very near and dear to our hearts and, of course, to his. It's called Yow. It's a tribute to Jaka. It's January 17th, 2026 at Sun on the Beach in Kissimmee, Florida. Before we get into it, the tickets, by the way, ccwtix.com. They're also going to be live on YouTube and Twitch. We'll tell you about that even more. But Eddie, welcome. We thank you for spending the time with us.
No, of course. Thank you, man. Talking about Jaka, of course, I'm going to take some time to do it.
Please, absolutely. You guys, maybe let the audience know how you and Jaka came together and how close you guys were with with his career.
Well, it all started when Jaka got to Chikara, And, that's when I first met him and first got to work with him and, travel the roads with him and chill with him. And the thing about him was like, he got me right away. So if someone gets me right away and, he understands me, I'm going to hang out with you. And that was the main thing, is that he got me, never judged me, understood me, would laugh at some of my dumb things or when I would get mad. And he was also just a funny dude. He was always funny, life of the party. But that's why he would always have to, you would chill with him and you would want to keep chilling with him. But since he, gave so much of himself to you, that he would have to take, a 2-week break just to recharge himself to be that entertaining guy that he is. So, yeah, no. He was just a funny person, great person to be around, always made everybody comfortable. And would laugh at the dumb stuff you would do and get mad about. He would laugh and make you laugh.
Can you give a little bit more insights to what he meant to the New York scene, especially, but the entire kind of Northeast when it comes to the independent scene? Because I know a lot of people put you in there, they'll put Homicide in there, but Jaka's kind of a name that doesn't get mentioned too much. So if you could just give a little bit more of what he meant to that specific scene.
Especially to me, what that whole Pazuzu crew did was, especially with Jaka, especially, was that they took what Homicide built and others who followed behind them. They just took the ball and ran with it and kept the scene alive, especially for me. A lot of people got their first look at them because of Beyond Wrestling. And if it wasn't for Jaka and the other Pazuzu guys, I don't think Beyond Wrestling would be, they helped it out a lot. Let's not say that they wouldn't be what they are now, but they definitely helped them out a lot, because that's where a lot of people told me they first saw Pazuzu or first saw Jaka. And they just took the ball and ran with it, because a lot of us were busy doing other things and weren't really on the East Coast. And they just took that ball and ran with it.
Sorry, go ahead, Jeremy. I'm dealing with one thing.
Oh, okay. So when it comes to the Pazuzu guys and running with it, and how much he meant to Beyond, can you talk a little bit more about his status with Beyond? And a lot of people maybe don't know as much about Jaka because he didn't make it to take an ROH or anything, and he's a guy that didn't, I don't know about necessarily catch a break, but someone who was grinding on the independent scene for years. It's a lot of timing, it's a lot of luck, and Jaka just never kind of got that. But speaking to sort of his role at Beyond and helping build that, without kind of getting that break.
Well, to me, what's the break? Because before AEW, I felt like I already got my break and I was successful because I was doing pro wrestling for a living and bought a home with independent wrestling money. So I already got my break and success. It all depends what you consider a break, because to me, without guys, especially Jaka, because he wasn't the leader of Pazuzu per se, or the lead, but around that group of friends, he was the calming influence. He was the one who got everyone to sit down. Him and Ortiz get everyone to sit down, shut up, and get their acts together so they can do things in the ring and travel and get things going. And that was Jaka's role. You know what I mean? He would be the guy that would diffuse everybody and everything. And that's how he helped out just the locker rooms that he was always at, because he was always the guy who just diffused everything and was like, let's get to work. Let's just have fun. Let's get to work. We're wrestling, And I don't know, man, you want to talk at the big break and stuff, it is just timing and stuff like that. But, to me, Jaka's legacy in wrestling is going to be helping promotions and helping out locker rooms out to get to where they are now, or, just helping, being the foundation of a lot.
So as you two work together and cross paths throughout the years, what was something that he was teaching to you as you were both figuring it all out? What was that one thing that you still think about today and you're just like, Jaka, that was from him?
Well, at the time my job with Jaka, especially at Chikara, was to let the Chikara fans believe in Jaka. That Jaka was this big, rough, tough guy, because I was supposed to be that rough, tough guy. And there were certain parts where he would just, be there, and I'm trying to get him over or whatever you want to call it. And he would always just be like, it's not always about the move. It's not always about the move to get me over. There's other ways that you can get me over. And then that's how I think all the time. There's other ways. It's not always moves. It's other ways.
Who hit the hardest from the Pazuzu group?
You want to say hardest safely or reckless and not being able to work?
Well, now we've opened both doors.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say the other one because I don't want to bury anybody, because it's not about that. But I tell you, the guy who laid it in was Dickinson. Dickinson can lay it in, but Ortiz would lay it in too. Don't let him fool you. He would hit you too. So they all were nice and safely snug, as I would say. But I say the snuggest was definitely Dickinson.
I can't say that Ortiz would be a surprise to me. At least I've been able to.
He'll catch you with a forearm here and there.
Yeah, no, I've been watching him. He comes. So I'm based in Toronto, but he comes over to work C4 wrestling.
Yeah.
You've also done some work around C4. Well, we can get there, but talk to me about you and Ortiz. Obviously, are friends on and off screen. You're now working in AEW, but you're watching Ortiz as he's kind of coming back from his injury and doing his stuff on the Indies. Tell me a little bit about that experience, because obviously it's brought you both back together on screen.
Yeah, no, we're friends, like you said, outside of wrestling. So he was there for me during my injury. I was there for him during his injury. He's there for me a lot more because you could call it passion or whatever it is, but I flip very easily at work. So he's definitely there to calm me down. You know what I mean? That's why him and Jaka got along so well, is that because they're basically the same person in a sense, because when they care about their friends, they're going to help them till the end, and that's basically it. It's just that we hold each other up. That's what friends are supposed to do. We hold each other accountable. Publicly, I'll never bury Ortiz. That's another part of our friendship that we get with each other, is that I'll never bury him publicly. If he does something wrong privately, that's where we'll talk. And vice versa with me. He'll never bury me publicly, but on the side, he'd be like, by the way, this was fucked up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, it's a real friendship, and just we want to see each other succeed, and we would like to succeed together. But if that's not the case, we're still going to push for each other. That's what a real friendship is, when things aren't the same and you break off. You know what I mean? So.
Back on.
Sorry, I was gonna follow up. I'm gonna get my one back from earlier.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna get it. So then I'm curious about coming back together in AEW. How did that kind of pitch go? Was it pitched to you? Was it you two coming together and saying, "Hey, let's do it"? I'm just curious.
No one pitches shit. It's whatever, I try not to pitch nothing because I don't want to hear shit from anybody, because I have a problem where I'll pitch something and then they'll try to change it and I'll be like, nah, fuck it. Or they'll try to put somebody in there who I'm like, yeah, that person sucks. I don't understand why you think they're good, But I don't pitch nothing. It's just people knew, you know what I mean? And they teamed us up before, and people knew that, we wanted to. It wasn't like a secret. Well, who are you going to team me up with? You know what I mean? I don't like a lot of people, and I'm not going to say yes to a lot of people, So there's really no pitching, because I just don't want to deal with people when I pitch anything. He don't pitch nothing because we don't really give a fuck. We're there to do our jobs. We don't book the show. It's not our show. You know what I mean? If you ask us our opinion, all right, then get ready. But until then, no. But I'm happy they see that, us together is a good team. So I'm just happy they decided to do it. When I say they, everyone knows Tony Khan, who books the show. Whoever's in the office, they do what they do, whatever.
I know it wasn't a pitch, but you certainly advocated for Ortiz and being back on television. I think I watched every single blog that Cesar Bononi put out while you were rehabbing and getting back to ring shape and everything. And you often talked about Ortiz, and I specifically remember you saying one time, like, I want to get Ortiz back on TV. Do you think? Do you feel some type of solace in, like, oh, maybe they actually listen to me a little bit?
No,
I'm back.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't give them that credit. No.
Right,
I just say
enough.
what I want to say. I don't do shit to help people. I don't do shit not to help people. I just say what I say. And if the effect is that I do help them, cool. If the effect is they get buried, not my fault. Maybe you shouldn't have pissed me off. You know what I mean? I don't care who's listening or whatever. To me, it's where, first off, I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't speak for Ortiz if it doesn't matter that he's my friend. If I didn't believe in him, I have friends, not a lot, but I have friends in this business who are good and I'll pull for. And I have friends in this business who aren't good in the ring, who I don't think are good. And again, it's just my opinion. And I won't plug for them. And I tell them that. I go, look, we're people, but I'm not putting my fucking name on you. That's it. You know what I mean? And it's either take offense and we're not friends no more, or we're just associates, or, you know, ask me why. And then we can talk and you can get better. I can get better as a friend. And that's it. It's really not that deep. I don't think things are that deep, you know? I know that's my man. Monkey's my man.
I know you've talked about this before, but you mentioned, like, you don't push for people, advocate for people with everything, but a lot of people, like, advocate for you and talk you up. And I know you've talked about, like, how that makes you feel with things. So how did you feel after your match against Samoa Joe and Bryan Danielson is putting you over in the exclusive in the arena?
Yeah, I called him an asshole when we got to the back. That's why did you do that, dick? That's what I said, exact words. I was saying, like, no, it's nice. You know what I mean? It is nice. Like, I'd be lying to you if I didn't say it's not a little bit of an ego boost and a little bit like, yeah, I told you, motherfucker, for years, Brian. But no, it's always nice, especially someone who's as respected and someone who I respect, to say that. You know, one of your peers. I still consider him a peer, even though he's on commentary now. You know, he's still a peer. So that always feels good. But after the end of it, I'm like, well, I still lost anyway, so who gives a fuck? That's what I told them at the end. You know, but it felt good. It did feel good, but I still don't like it.
You come across as authentically as you are. You're someone who will, like you say, like, you call somebody out, no problem. And I know you talked about that promo, the one at ICW, the one at No Holds Barred, the one on the drive-through. I know you've talked about it a bit. And of all the people you called out, you called out Zack Sabre Jr., you called out Nick Aldis, and they called out Cody at the time for the TNT Open Challenge. Cody was the only one that happened. You had a match with ZSJ in a six-man later on, but, like, those other two matches didn't happen. Were you hoping they would? Or when the Cody stuff happened and the ball started rolling, you were like, let's keep this shit going? Like, what was kind of your mentality as you got the Cody match, and then the other two were just kind of other guys rolled out?
No, my mentality was whoever books it, pay me. That's it. You know what I mean? Even when I did the Cody, after the Cody match, I wasn't signed right away. And I was just like, all right, where's my money? And everyone looked at me like I was nuts. I was like, a check, huh? And everyone's like, Eddie, this guy's like this guy got money. I go, it's just a booking. I had to pay my mortgage. And everyone thinks I'm trying to be Joe Cool. It's not trying to be cool. I was living a fact. I had a mortgage payment coming up. AEW was going to give me money. I'm sorry I couldn't wait on a contract. I need the money now. I got it. The guys who collect my bills don't give a fuck if I'm waiting on a check or not. You know what I mean? The people who I have to pay that will be able to take my house away from me don't care. So it's not that I'm trying to be cool. It was not. Give me that money and keep it moving. No, I didn't say. And then when that happened, and the ball kept rolling, whatever. Zach. Whatever. Zach's a bitch. But if Tony or if Gato or whoever wants to book it on Forbidden Door or in New Japan, I don't care. I'll fuck him up anyway. You know what I mean? The Nick Aldis thing, not gonna happen now, of course. But back then, I was like, look, if it happens, cool. Hopefully it's for the NWA title. I was just all about who's going to pay me, where's my money coming from, and I'm trying to – this is still COVID at the time, the pandemic. So I'm just looking to get to the next month.
Did any of those conversations happen to get you closer to any of those other two matches we talked about?
No, not with, because once I signed with AEW, Nick was with NWA, so that couldn't happen. I don't know. I think Zach's ducking me. I don't know. Either that or just people don't think it would be a good fight between me and him. You know what I mean? I think it'd be a great fight because I'd be fucking him up most of the match, and it'd be fun. And it's not that I don't respect him. I do respect him. I just think he's a phony vegan cunt. Like real judgy. I hate judgy people. That's just me. Whatever. If you're vegan, cool. I just use that because that's what he is. But like, he's just very cunty, very judgy, and I just don't like that. Great wrestler though, amazing wrestler. I'll never take that away from former world champion. You know what I mean? IWGP world champion. It's shit that people dream of. He did. You know, so I can't disrespect that. But just from the outside looking in, he's just like. Real nose up in the air type shit. Like, you know, I'll break your nose, then you can try to hold it up. That's it. You know, now you got me going. Got me going. Doesn't take a lot. Does it, boys?
This seems like a great style fight, though. He'll try to put you in a bunch of holds, and you'll just knock him in the face.
Yeah, I don't bend that way.
Yeah.
I don't bend that way. So it's going to be a little rougher for you to do that to me. You know, man, my body's tight, bro. You know what I mean? I got to loosen up 3 hours before a match.
All right, I'm gonna try to get you. I'm all for you going after people, but I'm gonna try to go to a light story here. Sting. There's a very famous photo of you, Moxley, and Sting, where you and Moxley look like you're having the time of your life, and they're teaming with Sting. And Sting looks like he's having a great time too. Like, so what is going through your mind during this whole thing?
Oh, you can see it you can see me say the words and you can read the lips. I said, it's fucking Sting. It was it was insane. Everything was running through my head. I'm like, I'm with Sting in the ring on TNT when I used to watch Sting on Nitro, on TNT, and now I'm here doing it. And I'm with Moxie, my homeboy for years. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't believe it. It was surreal. You know, and it still is. Like, anytime I see Sting and I go, Stinger, what's up, bro? And you know what I mean? He has a smile on his face. The little kid in me is like, yeah, that's right. We're friends. You know? So, yeah, no, it's awesome. There's just my childhood. That was my childhood right there. A lot of people don't understand because, you know, I'm older and everybody's younger. Everyone's getting younger, except for me. They don't understand how, like, Sting was the guy, man. Sting was that dude. Even if you watched WCW this much, Sting was always that guy. You knew Sting at least.
Oh, I dressed this thing for Halloween when I was like 6 years old, so I definitely get it. Yeah. And I listened to you're fantastic on Tony Schiavone's podcast.
What a scumbag Schiavone is.
So you're telling this man to hold up the microphone? Come on.
Oh, that's me. Oh, I have to fuck.
Loved it.
I have to mess with him the whole time. Have to. Because if I don't, then I feel like, did I really go to work? Did I really do my job that day? If I don't yell at him at work, joking around, or try to embarrass him at work, and it never works because he always gets me. Don't let the niceness fool you. He's a ruthless motherfucker when it comes to insults.
Oh no, we're aware.
Aware. All right. Well, this is for anyone viewing, anyone watching. He's ruthless. So it's just, you know, if I don't get something from him or if I don't bust his balls at work, I feel like it's not worth it. I get on the plane back home going, did I even go to work?
I saw you post a video on your Instagram. It was the Bill Burr Subway takes, and there's a line that he has in there. He says everyone is mad at each other, but they're not right. They're not mad at the right people. Is that a logic that you also employ? I know that you talk a lot about advocating mental health, and you also talk about being like kind of a ticking time bomb. You'll get upset. Do you agree with that kind of statement from Bill, where everyone's mad at each other but not at the right people?
I think like a lot of people, and this is my opinion. Everyone has an opinion. They're like assholes. Everyone has one. They all stink. You know what I mean? That's why they're called opinions and not facts. But when it comes to everything, I think there is a little bit of truth to that everyone is mad. but they're mad at the wrong people. But then there's some people who just get mad because they're coaxed into it. You know what I mean? So you have people who want to have a different opinion, but if so-and-so that influences them is mad at this, they're going to get coaxed into it instead of thinking on their own. And that's the thing that I think is a little worrisome, is that people are easily talked into being mad at a situation or at a person or at a thing or at whatever you want to believe in. You know what I mean? Where they don't even, at one point, they don't even know why they're mad. And when they're talking, you can tell that, oh, they're sounding like the other person. You know what I mean? It's not even their own words coming out. And it's just, to me, anger, what I've learned is over the years, anger is a secondary feeling. So there's something before it. So all that anger that everyone has for each other, what is it really? Because that's not the original feeling that you had. You know what I mean? That, in my opinion, that's not the original feeling you had. There had to be something before anger. Because anger is a secondary feeling. It's just, it's not the first thing you feel. Like for me, if I get depressed or down and out and then I get angry, it was because I was depressed and down and out at first. You know what I mean? Or confused or whatever. Then I go right to anger. It's a second feeling all the time. So that's the question. What are you feeling before you get angry? You know what I mean? That's the real question.
I love that you are always so open about your mental health. And
I just like to tell people I had to do it because of my mother. Because of my mother found out that I was bipolar depressive. And she said, all right, well, easy, whatever. She just said, okay, well, now we got to work on it. And my mother and father were so open about it in my house that got my uncles to also start talking about it and going to therapy. And these are grown-ass men, you know what I mean, who they lived hard, bro. They lived hard fucking lives. You know what I mean? And because of the openness of my mom and dad with me trying to help me, they started getting help. So in my house, it was actually a joke. Sometimes we would joke around with each other. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, so your therapist this week? Just, making it loose and just a common thing to talk about. Almost like same thing as we would talk about mental health and then talk about the Giants right after or the Yankees. It was just ingrained.
We're going to get to sports here in a little bit. But on the subject of mental health and everything, what do? You mentioned depression, and depression might lead to the anger, and preventing that. So what steps do you take? Like, what helps you? Because I have depression as well, and I think anybody who deals with it can be like, okay, I need to do this to take care of myself. So maybe I'm at a 5 and I don't slip to a 3. I maybe it doesn't get better, but I don't slip. So what are some of the things that you like to do to make sure that you don't slip?
It's sometimes it's hard because then by the time I realize that I'm in it, it's already like a couple of days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I do finally realize it, or if I get to cut it off before it gets there, I have a good support group. And there's certain people that I know won't judge me and will just let me go off and let me just talk. And then when they hang up the phone, I know I can trust them where they won't go to their significant other and be like, fucking Eddie. You know what I mean? They'll just go, okay, man, gotcha. You know what I mean? I've been blessed to have that kind of support group where they just let me go. Because I do it for them. Because I think a lot of times people just need to get it out. Get out of their bodies, get it out in the universe, and just leave it alone. You know what I mean? So I'm there for a lot of people who I don't even consider friends. I just know they're going through a hard time or whatever. I'd be like, go ahead, vent. And I don't say a word. I'm very lucky, very fortunate to have a woman with me who actually gets it. Gets that it's nothing personal towards her. Or you know what I mean? I'm just going through what I'm going through. And let me speak, and then we'll move on. And I think the one thing that stops a lot of people from wanting to get help is that they feel embarrassed because whoever is around them, for me personally, when people do this, judge them on it. Like, we don't want to be judged, bro. We know shit ain't right. You know what I mean? We know this. We know that we're not feeling right. We don't need to be judged by it. Just let us talk. That's how you can help, is by shutting up and letting us talk. And if we ask for advice, give it to us. But we don't need to be judged. We don't need the roll of the eyes, or we don't need the, oh, here we go again. Because guess what? This is a lifetime thing I got to deal with. This is not a monthly thing. It's not a weekly thing. It's not a daily. It's daily. It's every day. You know, it's a lifetime thing I have to deal with. So, you know, if you don't judge and you let them talk, and then you let people talk, and you try to understand them. That's the thing. You have to. I hear that from a lot of people who've gone through what I've gone through. They just go, I want someone to understand me. Understand them. That's it. Let them talk. And that's what I'm a firm believer in. That's why therapy is so good, because they let you talk. There's a lot of times a therapy. I mean, I've been in therapy where a therapist won't say a fucking thing, and it's me for 2 hours just going off about God knows what, you know. And he or she will sit there and just be like, okay, blah 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 blah, and then I'll be like, oh, I feel better, and they're like, that. Well, try these steps next time, blah blah blah, and then they'll be like, all right, this is the money, and I'll be like, okay. But a lot of it's just that vent, man. Get a good group of people around you, you know. And I know when I'm down and out, I know there's certain places I can't be, and I know there's certain people I can't be around, because I know they're gonna lead me, or I'm gonna lead myself. It's not their fault, because I'm going to that place and getting in trouble. Like, I know if I go to a bar when I'm out of it, when I'm down and out, I'm not coming home until I'm face down, throwing up somewhere. I just know that already about myself. So I'm not going to even tease myself or get myself into that situation. There's either going to be a fight, or I'm on the ground throwing up. Those are only two ways that night's ending. You know, so I just don't put myself in that situation. Or I don't go near people that I know are going to put me in that situation. Again, I've been very blessed. Very, very blessed to have good people who do get me, even if they don't really understand, but they want to get me. And that makes me open up more and explain to them, this is how I think. This is what happens when I get to this part. This is what happens when I get, you know what I mean? Then you can see them, you can see it in their mind, in their eyes, that they're like, oh, okay, so this and this and this, and this is why you feel like this, and then, and that's what you need. You know, let them explain.
I don't have a question off of that. I appreciate your words on that, and I just want to again praise you for being so open and honest about these things. I listen to a lot of interviews that you do, again a lot of videos that you do, and one thing that has become a common theme is you do mention your partner and how she has helped you so much. And again, I just love that you are just open and honest about these things, because
dog, I've been in bad relationships, and look, it's not the other person's fault all the time. I wasn't the easiest person to deal with. You know what I mean? Because they didn't get it. And that's not their fault. They weren't meant to get it. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, there's been a couple of relationships where I'm like, yeah, it was definitely their fault. But, you know I'm not an easy person to deal with. It takes a strong person to deal with someone like myself, and vice versa. And I got someone that's strong. And I believe there's someone for everyone, bro. Because I tell you right now, I didn't think there was nobody for me after several failed relationships. You know what I mean? But everyone can find someone, and it takes time. And you need to find the right teammate. Like, whatever, bro. She could be the hottest girl, hottest guy in the world, and you're trying to get it in. Good for you. But if they're not a good teammate, don't matter how hot they are. You know what I mean? If you ain't got a good teammate, bro, you're not. It's not going to help you.
You're right.
It's not going to help you.
Absolutely. No, you got two guys here that we very much we worship is extreme, but we really do appreciate our partners. I totally get it. So
no, my girl, look, my girl's hot, and she knows how to deal with me. So I hit the double whammy. You know what I mean?
Amazing. That's what you want. As long as
bro. I look at her and go, man, thank God you're hot and you get it.
That was one thing with my wife when we started talking. I was like, you're cute and you like me. I'm good. This is all we
I'm
need.
good.
Right
Yeah.
here.
Pretty much, that's all we really need. We don't need a lot. You know what I mean?
Some
You have
effort.
all your teeth? Nice.
Even then, prosthetics. I'm gonna lighten the load a little bit here. We're gonna go back to 2018. Eddie, you ran over a child with a car on Impact.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have been out that late. It was 1:00 in the morning. Why is your child out at 1:00 in the morning? He should be asleep.
Listen.
You know what I mean? Whatever happens after midnight, it's not my fault.
As a father, I understand that. It's sensical. However, it was something that happened, something that was shot and
I wasn't driving the car. I was in there. Did I scream, yeah? But what did I scream, yeah, at? You can't tell. So.
Talk to me a little bit about that time in Impact, working with a lot of people that you were very familiar with, and also
it was easy. It was fun.
But just shooting angles like that and just having matches kind of in that vein. What did that kind of mean to you as you were, again, you're still collecting the paycheck, but you're working with people that you genuinely...
Well, that makes it even better, man. Like getting paid and being around people you like makes it 1,000 times better. I've been in this business 25 years, and let me tell you, I can count on this hand how many times I've gotten paid and worked with the people I liked. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of times where I've been broke and worked with the people I like. You know what I mean? More than... the getting paid and working with the people I like. But no, that was a fun because I was with Homicide. That's my mentor. That's my older brother. So anytime I get to spend time with him, I don't care what it is, what angle or whatever, or what promotion it is. As long as I get to spend time with him and bullshit with him and learn, because I always learn something from him, I'm good. So that to me, that was the fun part. You know what I mean? And doing the angles was funny. Like even running the kid over, you know, we had to hurry up and do that shit because we had to fly home in like 2 hours. You know? So we had to really hurry this up. I was like, all right, the kid's dead. Let's go. You know, whatever. Oh, did I freeze? No, I'm back.
No, you're here.
No,
You're good.
You're good.
Yeah. So that's what that was. We all had to catch flights. Let's hurry up and run this kid over already.
Well, no one got in trouble. I mean, you had to wrestle, but you know, no one got arrested.
No, it was in Canada, bro. We were good. I don't know. I don't know what the laws are out there in Toronto.
Not much. Now
I got hit. I hit the kid and I was on the flight 2 hours later. I was good. You know, they looked at my passport. Everything was fine.
Now I have to go back and watch that footage and see if I can pinpoint where it was shot, just to see where it was in my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. And just be like, come on, hurry up. Let's go.
I mentioned we would get to some sports. I know you're a New York fan. The Knicks, I don't know whether to say, I mean, they're doing well right now.
They're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine. That's all I'm saying. I know everybody wanted to go nuts over that, what is that, that cup bullshit?
The NBA Cup, yeah.
Yeah, I said, yeah, that's nice. Let's wait till, you know, let's wait till the playoffs start.
So your team, they shouldn't hang the banner for the NBA Cup?
Hell no.
Okay, thank you.
What kind of loser shit is that?
Thank you.
We're celebrating second place, not even first place. You know what I mean? Because the finals is it. That's it. Hey, you guys got paid. There you go. There's your banner. That's the truth. The players got extra money, and that should be their banner. The cup thing's for the players. That's not for everything. Everything is the finals. It's always been that. And that's what everyone should care as a fan. I don't know. That's, again, my opinion.
No,
yeah,
I'm with you.
Luchasaurus is a huge Knicks fan, and he's yelling at me, you know, let's hang the banners. I'm like, yeah, you're fucking no.
Yeah.
No. I get it. We've been starving for years. I get it, but no.
So I'm a Thunder fan. We did hang a real banner. I
know.
You know, we were in the Cup Finals, and then the Bucks hung one. The Lakers hung. I was like, why are you guys hanging this thing?
Yeah.
This isn't a real thing.
I don't know if the commissioner was like, hey, let's make this thing work, start hanging it. I don't know, but please God, no, Knicks, no.
I appreciate that the Knicks are like, nah, we ain't doing this.
Yeah, because it would probably curse us. We'll probably be the only team cursed by hanging a NBA Cup banner. You know? I love my Knicks. Man, my one homeboy, my man P, loves the Knicks so bad that he said when he dies, if the Knicks don't win a championship before he dies, that he wants me to go to his funeral, speak at his funeral and say, the 90s Knicks should have won one, and just walk away. I said, all right, man, I'll do it for you. Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's the truth. We should have got one. I love John Starks, but I still just think about those misses, like just constant bricks in the finals. And then I think of Charles Smith against the Bulls getting blocked constantly. And I remember Patrick Ewing was one of my all-time favorites, and I have his jerseys. And just remember him missing that finger roll because of he had a bad calf and couldn't dunk. See, folks, this is real pain. I still remember all this.
Are you the type of person who, like, after a tough loss, like, you just got to be by yourself for however long? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're on the same wavelength there, Eddie.
My lady filmed me when the Giants blew that lead against the Broncos. She filmed me and put it on their Instagram.
Yeah.
And she just couldn't believe it. Like, I just went silent. And, like, I was silent until, like, 11 o'clock that night. Even when I got up, and it was just quiet the whole time. Yeah, no, I love my teams, man. I love them. It's fun. It's fun to be a sports fan. It hurts and it's fun at the same time.
See, I never got into that world just because I'm a hockey fan. So, like, I'm a Sens fan in Ottawa. I'm a Ducks fan in Anaheim. I like the Raptors and I love the Blue Jays in the baseball world. But, like, no big loss. Even the Jays losing in 7 didn't break me the way that I've seen other people get broken watching sports. Because to me,
you want to see me break? Go to the finals and lose Game 7. You want to see me break?
I get it.
You'll see me on TV, beard out to here, hair out to here, not wash.
So Joel has to do a show with me every day, and the Thunder won the title. It all ended very well. I was miserable after every single show, after every loss, like the Denver series, Game 1. I hate to bring up this memory. Halliburton hitting the shots. Game 1 against OKC. I know he hit one against the Knicks as well.
I remember that. I remember that shot. I said, well, God hates me. I remember saying that out loud.
I walked the streets and people are texting me, and I was like, can you not bother me? If I got hit by a car right now, I would feel better than what I just had to experience. Yeah.
If a friend texts me after the Knicks lose or Giants or Yankees, like, even to joke around, like,
no.
Yeah, for a second in my head, I think about calling them and going, fight me when I see you next time. That's what I think about. When the Yankees lose and all these Yankee haters come at me on, like, my peoples who have my number, hit me up. I'm so close to being like, when I see you at work, meet me outside and let's handle this. Or go to the bathroom and let's shoot the 5, old school way. Keep someone in front of the door and let's go. It's serious, man. It's serious. It's serious for fun, but so much fun because, like, it's just so exciting when the team does win. You know what I mean? Like, and it's fun. It's fun. It's something to do. How about that? It's a nice hobby.
You go through years and days of misery for, like, the hope that maybe they will win. One team wins it every year, so the hope that, like, your team will be that team, but you're willing to ride through all the
and
misery.
Even when you know they're not the team.
Yeah.
And you're like, maybe they'll surprise me, and you just have hope, and then they just decide to shoot your hope in the face with a shotgun. It's fun.
You're screwed either way because
either way.
Last year, Thunder best teams, like, oh, they're the best, and then, like, they lose a game. It's like, nope, they're frauds now, and everyone's calling them out.
Because how bad ESPN is now with their, like, talking head stuff instead of just doing the regular shows like they did when we were growing up or when I was growing up. Like, everything's just over dramatic because they got to get a rating in. You know what I mean? The NFL is like, I remember one week, someone like, this guy's going to be the MVP. He's the best. And then the next week, oh, man, what a horrible game. He sucks. They should trade him or whatever. And I'm like, it's a week-to-week thing. And I'm like, this is not news. You know what I mean? This is just talking head bullshit, trying to pop a rating by being controversial. You guys don't know what you're doing. Give me the old school Sports Center when it was a half an hour or an hour. You know, give me NHL tonight, NBA tonight, baseball tonight. Give me all those old school things back.
Oh, see, I still listen to Dan Patrick's show. That's what I grew up watching on Sports Center.
Awesome,
yeah, the best. And so, like, that's who I go to for still my sports.
Oh, now I go on YouTube. I watch more YouTube than I watch regular TV. I go to this thing called That's Good Sports. I go to this other guy, Urinating Tree. I go to a bunch of other guys who cover the NFL like crazy.
What else are you watching on YouTube? Because like a
lot of wrestling.
A lot of wrestling.
A lot of old Japan that I just love, and whatever old wrestling, Terry Funk. Whereas I just downloaded for next time I have a long flight, I downloaded the 2 Superstars on Superstation shows that the NWA did in, I think, 85, 86. Just downloaded that. I'm going to watch it on a long flight. You know, I love old wrestling. I won't watch nothing new. Everything new sucks, including me. I just don't like it.
Well, that's not true.
No, I did. To me, it is. I'll watch my shit for 2 seconds and go, yep, and change it and watch Kawada. Or go watch it. Like, what am I doing? Why am I watching this shit? And it's me. But that and also Easter egg videos. I love that shit. I'm a little bit of a nerd. You know what I mean? When it comes to like comic book stuff or like heavy spoilers, I watch a lot because he does a lot of content out constantly. And, you know, it's all Easter egg stuff or explaining how a movie got made. I watch a lot of things on a lot of MMA news places, you know what I mean? Like MMA Zone, MMA World, or Fighting Business. Like also video essays. I love video essays, man.
Oh,
like really like real good ones. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of guys. I wish I had my phone with me. I would start naming guys' names, but like people who cover anime, people who cover comic books, or people who cover like scenes, or an actor or a director. You know what I mean? Why this worked in this scene, why this didn't work, or retrospective on this show, why this show was so popular. All that kind of stuff interests me. And also wrestling video essays, man. I love when I find good people who do it, who just don't put their opinions on it, because, again, no one gives a fuck about your opinion, but actually explains the history of said match or whatever they're covering. I love that, and I'll support those definitely. Because they're like, again, pro wrestling doesn't have historians, so you got to grab what you can grab. You know what I mean? You have every other major sport or every other entertainment has some type of historian except for pro wrestling, like an official one. You know what I mean? You could say Meltzer, you could say this guy, that guy, Keller, and Mike Johnson, all that. But to me, the video essay guys are just as important as anyone else. You know what I mean? Save your opinion for the end of the video. Tell me the history of why we got to this match, or why this match made you feel something. You know, that's why I always try to share it on Instagram or Threads when I find one. You know what I mean? As best I can. Like Joseph Monticelli, you know what I mean? He kills it with the King's Road and other stuff. And there's other guys. I don't have my phone here so I can read it. You know what I mean? Read their names off, but they're all great. I really enjoy them.
It's funny because I'm hearing you talk about like what goes into scene direction and all that stuff. And I'm wondering, like, do you have a passion for behind the camera as much as you are in front of it?
No, I have no passion. No.
No interest?
None. No, wrestling has killed a lot of my passions. All I want to do is get paid at my work and then disappear.
So I kind of get that. So I went to school for radio and television production. And the first thing they said was like, we're going to ruin television for you. We're going to take the shine off. And that's what it is for me.
Yeah.
But
it's
for
work.
me, yeah, but for me in wrestling, like the interest is, yes, the matches or something. I make the joke all the time. The guys came to work and they worked really hard and they did what they did, and that's their job. To me, it's the presentation as well that gets me more invested. So I find it's very funny the way you put it.
I just like to know, like, I don't know. I just want to know what it took to get into this character. Like, I'll watch a Joker thing with Heath Ledger. You know what I mean? And the reason why I bring that up, because there's so many out there with him in it. But like, if you find the right one, you'll be like, damn, okay. You know? Or how this comic book artist or writer did this to the comic book to put here, or like when they talk about Watchmen, because I loved Watchmen. You know, that comic. When I would see something about Watchmen, they talk about Alan Moore, why he did this and how he did that, and then I watch another thing. I get into the YouTube hole, where next thing you know, I'm watching stuff about V for Vendetta and why this character does this and stuff like that. I just love that kind of stuff. And yeah, do I have any desire after? No. No, I have none, man. Like I said, people probably heard me say this a million times in interviews. Alaska, but hey, I got a new one, Hawaii. Hawaii is another one. There you go. I just want to get away. I just want to get away because once, I got my lady, bro. I'm good. My parents are still alive. I'm good. My brother's alive. My girl's good. I'm straight. I have the friends that I have. I'm good.
I suggest Alaska over Hawaii, but that's just me. Opinions.
Right? I just want Alaska because I was like the self-loathe a little bit. And then once I'm done self-loathing, then I'll fly to Hawaii.
Fair. So it's kind of a split the year.
Yeah. I'll do winters in Alaska when I want to self-loathe and just chill the fuck out with like moose and shit. Also, I just think Alaska looks gorgeous.
Have you been?
No, just from the pictures I've seen. And I've known some people I have visited and all that, and how beautiful it is. I just want to see it.
I can confirm. I worked on the cruise ship gimmicks back in the day, and we did Alaska. There's some beautiful places out there.
Right? Yeah. That's why. So I would definitely. Also, yeah, I just kind of like the cold. I grew up in the cold. I like it. But yeah, Hawaii for sure when it's the summertime.
One thing you've also watched that famously kind of made the rounds on Instagram because you were called out on a show and you were like, I'm watching South Park here tonight.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite South Park episodes?
Man, like, so I wasn't believe it or not, even though I was the age demographic when it first came out, I was not into it when it first came out. I wasn't into like the poop and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Those jokes at that time. It was more like the commentary on like what was going on in the world. When I would see that, I would watch those episodes. But some of the funniest episodes is like, what was it when the Ungroundable was the one where Butters couldn't be grounded or something, or became like a vampire kid or an emo kid or something like that. Like that, I remember. A lot of my favorite episodes have to do with Butters, like the Raisins episode.
That's so good.
By mistake, Butters becomes a pimp. You know what I mean? Casa Bonita is another episode that I love. What was it when was it Timmy and Jimmy become Crips?
Yes, the Crips and the Bloods. Yes.
Yeah. That one I love a lot too. You know what I mean? It's just episodes like that where they take the kids and it's just like, just put them in random wild shit, you know? And you know, I like those. Butters is though, I don't know. Oh, Randy Marsh is one of my favorite characters, especially the baseball one where they're fighting in the stands and he's acting like Rocky. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, I thought this was America. You know, anytime Randy Marsh has like I know a lot of like diehard fans don't like the Integrity Farm stuff that season that they did that. I know a lot of the diehards didn't like it. But man, anything with Randy in it cracks me up.
I've rewatched some of those. If you have Paramount Plus, they have like the live channel where you can just like watch random South Park episodes, and those will pop on, and they're much better than I thought they were originally. Because I was one of those fans of like, this is getting a little long in the tooth here. But now
it was like everyone wanted them to go back to the house already.
Yeah. But now rewatching them, I'm like, this is actually some really funny shit here.
I find them to be, I was taken off guard by the poop jokes in the beginning. Because now when I go back and watch season 1 and 2, I go, man, I should have watched it from then. Because there's a lot more stuff underneath all that. Like that got the attention. You know what I mean? But there were, all the under all that was just really good writing and really funny shit. Like just real funny. I even like this year's. I know a lot of people didn't like this year's stuff, but I enjoyed it.
I've been enjoying parts of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't bring up the Butters and the Fun with Weapons episode, the anime episode.
Oh, of course. Well, that one goes without saying, right? Isn't that like almost everybody? Because the way they switched to animation right in the middle, like how do you not love that? And then you see little Butters, and then they make him, you're a dog. Be a dog, Butters. You're a dog. We're going to help you out. Butters is one of those characters that I can feel bad for and be like, oh. And then also when he does do dumb shit or gets like a little angry, I can still go, oh. He's like one of those rare characters.
That's fair. Okay, I'm pulling up one more thing from your Instagram. Are you ready?
Oh, no.
Yeah, see this one's funny because it has to do with our boss, too. There's a parody account called
when that came out, I was like, did I say that? I had to really like double check if I said that. And then my girl was like, no, this is a parody account. I said, well, they parodied me pretty good because I got confused. I thought I really said that. I was like, I probably said it to somebody at some point. Same thing. Who the fuck are you and why are you in my fucking house? So yeah, no, that was good. That was good.
I just saw it and I was just like, that's something Eddie would say, but also, why would my boss be at your house?
Yeah, that'd be the first thing. I was like, why the fuck you here? What? Get the fuck get out of here. That's what I want to get out of here now. I swear to God, if you make me leave my house, I'm gonna beat you like I don't know you. Because that would be the thing. I'd be annoyed that you're making me leave my house to do something when I wasn't planning on leaving.
I can respect that. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to talk to people.
Yeah.
Just let me
chill. I'm home.
Good.
I'm home.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone. I'm in my underwear. If you'd be lucky if I'm in my underwear and not just poo bearing it around my house.
I'm not gonna ask you to stand up now because I don't.
No. It's the top's off, the bottoms are on. Trust me.
Okay.
I just got back from training at the ring. We're good. We're good. I was taking that sweaty shirt off. I was like,
Fair.
Not happening.
How are you feeling overall? You know, you've been back a few months now, and how you feeling with getting your timing back and just getting your legs underneath you?
Still more time. But that's also me never being happy with anything. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just like, but the knee feels great. Knock on wood. Knee feels great. All the old injuries decided to say, hey, we're still here. So I'm getting them worked on. You know what I mean? But those were the injuries that were just bumps and you could call them bumps and bruises over 25 years. Like, you know what I mean? They'll get whatever, they'll massage it out, or I'll put Tiger Balm. I'll take a shower in Tiger Balm and I'll feel fine. You know what I mean? But like the one that was big was the knee, and the knee feels great. Like I have no worry about it whatsoever. Once I put the brace on, I'm like, okay. You know, I'm good to go.
As we start to kind of wind down, and we're going to bring it back to the tribute to Jaka, I did mention C4 Wrestling and your experience there, specifically with the Fighting Back campaign, and you were part of that once upon a time. They do the big benefit show for cancer, for the Canadian Cancer Society. I'd love to hear your experience, because I know that you have been not just hospitable, but you've also given back in your own right when it comes to these types of shows. I'm curious about your C4 experience.
We don't talk about me giving back, though. That's one thing that I told all promoters. If you're going with what I think you're going with,
no, I'm not going.
I've just told several promoters know my rules.
Your time.
That I'm back on the indies, and there's one of the rule is don't say what I do, but for when it comes to stuff, I just like to give back. I just like to give back because I'm blessed. I am so blessed and lucky to be able to make the money that I'm making and to be on TV and doing what I wanted to do since I was 9 years old. But I would not have been there and not been able to do that if I didn't have good independent wrestling companies to help feed me while I'm still trying to figure out myself and how to get to where I'm at. And because of that, I will always love the independents. I will always love them. And I would always want them to thrive. So when I'm there, I'll do what I got to do. You know what I mean? And then, I'll do what I have to do after. And I just don't want people knowing that I do anything nice, because it's nobody's business.
No, you're there to work.
Good or bad, good, nice or not nice, it's nobody's business, and I just, people who know me know that I do love the independents, because can't remember, I broke in, there was one company, and you had to know somebody 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 to get anywhere. And it was either hustle or die, hustle or get out of the business. And you had to do that. So without all those independent promotions out there at that time, I was able to get into when I was in the indies, it was during a hot period, when everything was coming off and people were starving for an alternative. So they were going to the independents to see those alternatives, like CZW and IWA Mid-South and IWS and Ring of Honor and Chikara and so on and so forth and on and on and on and on and on. AAW, AIW in Ohio, all these places kept me fed, and so if there's a chance for me to help them out, I would like to. You know what I mean? Like I just did a show in Minnesota for my boy Eric Cannon at First Wrestling. I got to be in the same building where they filmed Purple Rain, which was huge for me. Purple Rain was a huge movie for me as a kid, like a legit kid, like 5-year-old. But You know what I mean? Just things like that. I'll go back and give back because we need that foundation, because not everyone's going to be able to go to NXT straight out of college or straight out of high school and learn that style, you know what I mean? And get that chance. So you need the independents. You need them for people to cut their teeth, you know what I mean? And then go where they can go and learn their own way. Just be different. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so we need the independents, folks. That's what it really comes right down to.
Yeah, I know this your last year doing independence. I hope to see you in AIW this year. You were here in 2022. I think that was probably the last time as well against Isaiah Broner. And I was at that show. I'm here in Ohio.
Oh yeah, that's my man. Isaiah, that's my man, bro. That's a good dude.
Yeah, he's been on the show as well. He's a very good dude. I mean that was a great match, but it was great to see you in that setting as well, being back in AIW, because I was not here in Ohio before the initial run. I moved here in 2021, so it was cool to see you back there. So
and AIW kept me fed for years. Sometimes I would look at John Thorne and go, "Why are you still booking me?" He's like, But no, yeah, that place has AIW has a very close place in my heart. You know what I mean? And I will always try to do anything I can for them and whatever they need. You know what I mean? Especially in memory, Chandler Biggins and just stuff like that. You know what I mean? People like that. And John Thorne's my dude. Like, just these guys have seen me. They've seen me at my lowest, and now they see me whatever they want to call this now. And I'm going to be here for them when they need me.
The show is, it's a tribute to Jaka. Yeah. It's January 17th. It's at Sun on the Beach in Kissimmee, Florida. If you're in Florida, you're near Kissimmee, whatever it is, go to CCW Tix. That's ccwtix.com. They're also going to be live streaming the show, or at least posting it on YouTube and Twitch, so you can check it out there. Eddie, you're obviously going to be there. You're going to be part of the show. Yep. I'm going to give you the last word, telling people about the importance of it, and also maybe what people can expect if they come to the show or watch it.
Well, if you come to the show, you're going to expect people going balls to the wall regardless. But now, since it's in Jaka's name, they're going to give you a little extra more. And you're going to see a lot of great talent there giving everything for the memory of a close friend and of a good human being in Jaka. And it's not about supporting the wrestlers. It's not about just supporting the show. It's about supporting the fact that supporting the fact that no one is an island, that no man's an island to his own. You know what I mean? When someone passes away, everyone in some form or fashion feels it. So to me, this show is just a way to show that, hey, we get it. We may not have known him. We may not have seen him wrestle, but we get it. We get what this loss is. And the fact that so many of us are willing to do this show and want to do this show. I got people telling me they want to do it, and I'm like, hey, go over here, talk to this person. You know what I mean? That it's just a support, just to show that you understand. So, like I said, no man's an island, bro. We all feel lost.
I hope that everyone takes their time and not only takes a look at the life and the work of Jaka, but also goes and if you can, watch the show. And again, no man is an island. Support these wonderful people who are working together for this. For Eddie, for Jeremy, you know who I am. I've already said it. Eddie, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you guys, man. Now I'm going to eat my acai bowl, smoke a joint, and call it a day. Maybe perfect. Play Red Dead Redemption 2 for like the 5th time.
No Madden. No.
Yeah. I bought it.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you why I bought it. Hold on. I'll tell you why I bought it. Because it was $17.
Okay,
that's
fair.
why I bought it.
That's a conversation.
And then I put it on and I'm playing it. I'm like, all right, it's been out for a while. Maybe they fixed all the glitches, and they didn't.
No.
I said, okay. And I played it 3 times. 3 times. And I've stopped. I've played the college football. I just stopped playing it because I was on year 2070 and then it froze. So at least it went to 2070. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just I'm too lazy to get the realistic gameplay settings and redo them again. So I haven't played in a minute.
I'll play the college football all day. I haven't got Madden in like 2-3 years.
I have not. This is the first time I paid for a Madden since 2019.
Yeah.
Because it's just, come on, guys.
It's the same game.
It's the same game, and I have my own opinions. I don't want to get in trouble because then the PR team will be like, why did you do this interview without telling us? And now you're talking shit about EA Sports, and EA Sports may want to work with us. What are you doing? You're killing your deal. So I'm just not going to say nothing. All I'm going to say is I love college football 26. It was a great game. I used to love Madden. Used to be my shit. Madden 08. What's up? You know what I mean? But yeah, now, nah. There you go. I don't think they need my dollar. They probably made $1 billion already off the game. So I don't think they need my dollar, but rock and roll.
I tapped out at Blitz 03, but that's just me.
Blitz, I remember that. I still play the MLB games. What's up?
All right.
I still love that. I will only get NBA 2K when it's free on PlayStation Plus. So yeah, I'm pretty checked out. I got spoiled. We all got spoiled. My generation got spoiled with great sports games. We really, really did. We got to the top, and of course, where are you going to go after the top? Down. So we got
great sports games and affordable. When the 2K games were like $20, yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. That NFL 2K5 was like $19. I was like, my parents were like, you'll get this one. I go, okay. I remember we got spoiled too with wrestling video games. We got all the best ones when we were kids. That's why now I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is this bullshit?
It's going to turn into a whole other half-hour of conversation.
Yeah, it's going to get a little rough, folks, and I'm going to get a phone call. That's when my phone's over at the other side of the room.
That's all right. We didn't cross any lines today, so I think we're fine.
I hope not, but who knows? Somebody will get offended somewhere.
Oh, let them.
They'll look at my beard and be like, the gray's not gray enough. Or something.
It's all right. Listen, we all feel it. So we'll stop this before we all get in trouble. But
it's getting there, bro. I can feel the left turn happening.
That'll happen when we turn off the cameras. For Eddie, Jeremy, you know who I am. Once again, ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary. Oh, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers. There you go.
And when we turned off the cameras, we buried everybody, folks.
Everybody went under and no one survived.
No one's getting those stories, though.
I think the big takeaway here, Zack Sabre Jr. is a phony vegan cunt.
Yes.
That's
Appreciate Eddie Kingston. Appreciate BRCW for setting that up and everything. Appreciate everybody in the chat. I saw you guys continuing to comment and everything. Everyone seems like they enjoyed it, so appreciate that. Sorry we did not go shirtless. I didn't realize he was not going to wear a shirt. I've been shirtless before. That's that's nothing. No one needs to see it right now. I'm not feeling well enough, too exhausted for all of that. But yeah, we appreciate Eddie Kingston and everything. And I saw someone ask like why wasn't this live or anything? Like, were you guys afraid of getting questions from the Wheaties and whatnot? No, it had nothing to do with that. It was just time. That's legitimately all it was. Is I think I said this yesterday, but I'll repeat it if anybody missed it. Is we got offered the interview. I've said it a couple times, but like, we got offered like, hey, do you want somebody from the show, the Jock Tribute show coming up? And Eddie Kingston was there, and I was gonna pull up, and I was like, yeah, can we get Eddie Kingston? And they were like, yeah, Eddie can do Monday at 3:00. I'm not gonna be like, well, our show is only live at this time, and so can he do it any of this time? Like, if they say we can interview Eddie Kingston at 3:00, we're like, all right, we'll interview Eddie Kingston at 3:00. And again, I think I said this, but my wife was like, yeah, them kids can walk home if to make sure this Eddie Kingston interview gets done. They can find a ride, they can walk home because you were interviewing Eddie Kingston. And yeah, we showed up, and I thought 15-20 minutes as usual. I never want to keep these guys. And Eddie's like, I got an hour. I was like, all right, we ain't cutting it short. An Eddie Kingston interview. So he's very kind, very gracious with his time, and so appreciate Eddie Kingston. I like that people think I have a bromance with Eddie Kingston. He gets me. He does get me over the sports stuff. He does.
You guys very much bonded over your sports fandom, whatever that is, your sports insanity. Ryan Lambert adding in
Insanity,
only the interview, everyone wasn't shirtless. Not every interview can be shirtless. Maybe another time. And of course, Colin's piping in at the beginning saying, "What a wonderful episode to wake up to, Patna." So, and then she realized that we had recorded this on Monday. But regardless, we appreciate you. And hopefully it was a good time. I see the chat enjoyed the interview, and I saw that people were putting it over on socials while it aired, and it will be a standalone interview that goes up probably this afternoon or maybe even tomorrow if I want to make people come and watch this episode instead so they can get our hot takes on literally nothing else on TNA. If I want to get your TNA hot takes so that you can get to this Eddie interview, I'll make you do it. But we'll see. I just got to make a thumbnail for it.
Yeah, wait till tomorrow to release it because we have coexisting later on today. Let everybody, give it like an hour or not an hour. Give it like a day so people watch this whole dumb show before they just watch the Eddie Kingston interview.
As they should. People need to sit. Actually, I'll pull the curtain back for a second. As we were airing the interview, Sean actually popped up backstage, gave a look, and then popped up. He did.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I was kind of back and forth during the interview. I was also working on some other stuff, so I was not paying attention to what was going on backstage. So I did not I did not notice that Sean had popped up. Oh well, I mean I don't know if he knew it was an hour.
I think he did because like he came up and said you guys interviewed Eddie Kingston. Maybe he did see it on socials, but like he also goes through our StreamYard and cleans stuff up. So I had to assume he saw.
Yeah, true. Well, it was days after we interviewed him. It was like Wednesday. Sean posted in the chat. He's like, "Jeremy, you guys interviewed Eddie Kingston?" I was like, "Allegedly," but he's like, "I've been busy with stuff." And then I sent him notes and everything. Like the notes were obviously fairly long, but I don't do detailed notes on that stuff. Like Rob Wilkins does a great job like doing very detailed notes. I'm just like, he talked about this and he talked about this and he mentioned this. Like I can't do his words justice for this stuff. So like watch the interview, everybody. Yeah, I don't know if he knew like it was like a full on hour or anything, but what can
I assume Sean was jumping in to give the plug for the Select Scoop that just dropped. So you can go ahead and head over to 5 Select. Just someone who's backstage at SmackDown tonight or this afternoon.
Monty Brown?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, go to 5 Select. You'll find out who it is. And if Sean comes back, I'm sure he'll talk about it. But if not, then TFB, he's just gonna have to do something on Monday, or he'll show up to Rob and Maggie. That's the thing. Yeah, Rob and Maggie are doing their show live, but I guess they could be just doing a SmackDown watch along.
I don't know if like they watch it. I guess Maggie does internationally.
Works.
So yeah, I don't know how they're watching it. Tune in to Coexisting at 3:00.
You should, absolutely. It's going to be a fun show. They always have a good time on Coexisting. Do we have anything else that we need to cover? I mean, otherwise we can just preview SmackDown and get on out of here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good with previewing SmackDown. There's not like a whole lot to talk about SmackDown. They're doing the house show match between the Wyatts and the MFTs, and Trick and Ray Phoenix. That'll be fun. Yeah.
One day Ray Phoenix will realize he has a brother that's on Raw, but today is not that day.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But Drew and Cody is obviously that's a big match. It's 3 stages of hell. The first 3 stages of hell on the main roster in forever. First 3 stages of hell just like in general for like 5-6 years now. So it's a big match, and like I don't know if Drew's gonna win. Man, it feels like he's just done if he doesn't win. Like, go to NXT, dude. Show up there and be like, I used to be somebody here. I used to, run this place.
Take the NXT title. Be like, this is mine.
Yeah,
now.
True. It's vacant. Yeah.
He could be like, I'm vacant.
It is vacant. So I guess technically he could just show up and like take it. But I don't know if he's going to win, though. I think that it's a cage match as the 3rd stage. Spoiler alert, they're going to make it to the 3rd stage. It's a cage match as the
come on, man.
3rd stage.
It's not even live yet.
You know what's going to happen, don't you?
Of course they do. They're going to rip the cage door off and someone's going to come and get involved.
It's going to be Jacob, right? Because Jacob got taken out at the 3 months ago by Drew, and that's what kicked off this whole thing. And he's going to go after... You know what'd be cool?
They're going to find out that it was actually Randy Orton who did it.
I mean, that'd be a fun little like swerve stuff. It'd be cool if Jacob just like went after Cody and was like, yeah, forget this dude. I ain't teaming with you. But that's my assumption. I assume Jacob interferes in the main event and costs Drew the match. And so Cody wins, LOL. Like, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I don't want interference in a cage match. I hate that. One of my biggest pet peeves in wrestling. I don't want Drew losing because he's lost every other friggin' match during this. So stop it. But that's what I expect. I expect Drew to lose. I expect Jacob to interfere. And then, again, LOL, Cody wins again.
According to Body Slam, there is a push to have Drew win. So
sure there is.
I'm sure there are many people who are like, well, boss, what if we let Drew finally win one? And Triple H is like, he's not my guy. It's not what we do. And that's
they got 300 people on the writing staff. I'm sure somebody's asking for Drew to win. It feels like Drew wins the first fall, and then he could be like, well, I would have beat him if it was just a one match. Well, dummy, you should have picked just a singles match instead of a 3 stages of hell match. Look at the fight. I've not looked at the Fightful Select story. So should I?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's exactly who you think it is.
Monty Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
it's in the
all right.
Yeah, that's as I misspelled.
Well,
but yeah, exactly what you think.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
how that
I
plays
did
in,
not know that.
Oh, well, you knew it was coming, but regardless, yeah, Giannis is coming back in Berlin.
Yeah, hell yeah, that would actually be good. Like, I'm interested in the match because it's been a good program. Like, I like Cody, I like Drew. I just hope that they just put the title on Drew. He can lose it back at Rumble. It's fine. Whatever. Sorry, I'll knock something over. That's fine. Like, if he loses it back at Rumble, I think it's still kind of stupid. Like, you should probably hold it longer than that, maybe at least until Elimination Chamber. But you just can't keep beating this guy in this manner. Like, he's supposed to be just one of your top guys, and he loses all these big title matches, and it's like, I can't take him serious.
Did we ever put on our tinfoil hats when it comes to Drew and his re-signing? Remember the whole thing? It was Dwayne gives him the big sword and welcomes him back to the family and blah, blah, blah. Did we ever put on our tinfoil conspiracy hats and think that maybe Dwayne, being the big Drew McIntyre guy, touting the re-signing, is the reason why Drew McIntyre is such a big loser now?
Oh.
About it.
No, but I like that theory.
Because Dwayne took all the credit. I was thinking about this. I feel like, listen, you and I talk about this ridiculous wrestling stuff all day and all night. So it's very possible that this is something I'm thinking about from you saying, because this is very much something you would have said at the time. But it was also like, it was what, a year or 2 years ago? Was this around 40 or was this WrestleMania? Yeah, it was around WrestleMania 40, right?
Maybe.
When he re-signed. Anyway, regardless, yeah, Drew's just a big old loser, and it's because The Rock gave him the sword. And Paul wasn't very happy about that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that theory that they're burying Drew because he's a Rock guy, and they're like, no, we ain't doing that, brother. So I like that. Now, I absolutely not. Don't clip that. I like theory.
Jeremy has many theories. Austin is not one of them.
Nah.
Oh, is there anything else you want to get into about SmackDown before we move on? Just one more note.
No, there's nothing else on SmackDown, so
great.
I just wanted to throw out my prediction, which I don't think is a hot take or anything. I'm sure other people have said it. I don't pay attention to other people, but I'm sure they've said it. But yeah,
Yeah, Ryan Lambert's got it. I'm saying The Rock is backstage tonight. He's going to help Drew win the title. That's it.
I hope so.
He's going to come out.
So.
He's going to interrupt Cody. He's going to go 3, 42, 1. He's going to do this. And then we're all going to think The Undertaker's coming back to team with The Rock at WrestleMania to take on Cody and a partner of his choosing. An AI Dusty Rhodes.
Sounds like something they might do, honestly.
Really does. I think they're
going to use like a hologram thing at some point. It's going to be upsetting.
To the person saying Vince gave him that sword, you have to go back and watch the video The Rock posted. Rock gave him the sword when Drew re-signed recently.
I think he's talking about like the sword that Drew would carry.
Yeah. Vince got a sword for him like years ago when he first came back. Now that other sword, that was the Rock's giving you this one because you're the guy.
Yeah, Drew is a Vince guy though. Like that's also kind of factual.
But a lot of people are lots of guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway. C4 announced that Billy Starks is going to be part of their all-women's event in February, the one that the show I'll be attending. So happy to see Billy. I also noticed that Mercedes Martinez is going to be part of the Smash Wrestling show that is happening the night after the C4 show in Ottawa. So I am curious if Mercedes Martinez will be making a loop through Ottawa and Toronto that weekend, especially because she is no longer a part of AEW. Her contract expired. She said this is her last year in wrestling, and this is her going away tour. Then this is a pretty good couple of matches. I think she's facing Jody Threat at the Smash Wrestling show, and Jody is scheduled to be on the show at the C4 event. So Ryan's asking if I'm doing interviews at that show. The plan is to do interviews at the C4 show. I will be there live. They know we have spoken. They're very hospitable to me when I'm there. So plan is to do as many as I can. And for Smash, we try to bring on some people to this show to promote the event. That's usually Steve Argentaro reaches out to us to put something together. So yeah, looking forward to potentially, hopefully seeing Billy at C4 next month in the frigid, cold Ottawa area. Although today in Toronto, it's 12 degrees Celsius. It's damn right balmy. It is supposed to be winter, but it's not. It's wonderful. Everyone should get outside right now. You too, Jeremy. You should go outside.
I have still work to do. I'm not going outside. SmackDown starts in a couple hours. I'll be watching that, and then it'll be the evening, and I'll relax hopefully for the evening.
I agree. Tenru's asking if I saw the EC3 stuff. Yes, I saw it. He's also replying to literally everyone who says anything below it. I think EC3 is looking for some attention, which is fine, but I don't necessarily see him running back to TNA that quickly. But
that quickly? He's been gone for like 5 years.
After leaving NWA to just turn around and go right back to TNA. I don't know. I think it's been more than 5 years too, because he went to WWE first.
Yeah, it has. It has been more than 5 years. I'm still though. That quickly is, that quickly at all.
That quickly after he just left the NWA. But hey, guys got to eat. You heard Eddie Kingston talk about it. It's just a paycheck.
But so why wouldn't he go back to TNA that quickly after leaving NWA? What is he gonna do? Go work a bunch of indie dates?
Promotion, maybe get a rant room going.
Yeah, he should do just should get whatever money he can do.
He should just be.
I've created a.
What? Oh no!
No one can see this. I don't know how I've done this. I've created a shadow puppet on my desk, and it just looks like boobs.
Rick boobs?
It's 2 circles, and there's little dots in the middle.
You're done.
I don't know how I've done this, but I'm proud of myself that I've done this. Sorry, I got distracted by my shadow puppet tits.
You, a real man, getting distracted by boobs. Anyway. Oh man, is there anything else we need to talk about and we can get out of here?
I love that meme that the guy on the bus who's like one half is dark and the other half is light, and the dark half is like didn't see boobs today, and the light half is saw boobs today.
People are ridiculous. It's Friday.
That's
We
very
got
funny.
a Friday tradition. Get to your thing.
Oh, what was your moment of Thursday, Joel?
God damn it. Mustafa Ali got chased by a horse. That's all you get. Don't believe me, go watch TNA, I guess.
My moment of Thursday is Nikki Bella at the Fiesta Bowl saying that WWE is predetermined, and the announcers freaking out of this revelation from Nikki Bella.
Tell you, man, all sports are fake except for pro wrestling.
My wife has come in to see the shadow puppet, and I don't know if I can recreate it. Like, that's just magic that only happens once in a lifetime.
Yes, shadow boobs. real magic right there. Shadow puppet boobs. What are we doing?
As Nikki Bella outed the wrestling world on national television during the college football playoff. Have some shame, Nikki Bella.
Hates wrestling. Hates wrestling. I hate it. Anyway.
What did we accomplish today, Joel?
TNA takes 5 steps forward, 15 steps back. Our interview with Eddie Kingston was multiple steps ahead of that, and it deserves to be seen by everybody, so go check it out. And SmackDown tonight may end in a disqualification, at which point Monday will be nothing but AEW Collision talk, unless they also have a disqualification finish. But of course, if you're Jeremy Lambert, you'll just ask the chat if it's okay to do it anyway. And the chat's like, oh, okay, you can do it because we love AEW, so we got to talk about AEW. So we go ahead and do it, even though very clearly the match was a disqualification. You're like, oh, but it was lights out. But it wasn't that good of a lights out. It was still lights out. It still counted. But you guys are a bunch of shams, because once again, for the second day in a row, sham artists, these people. And that's what we learned today is y'all are a bunch of shams, breaking rules. Shams.
Joel's just straight up burying the chat, burying AEW. Jeez. I mean, burying AEW is nothing new, but jeez.
You guys got commented about it.
Did we? What happened?
Oh my God. Someone who always comments when you say anything negative about AEW, like, oh, I listened to Sean's, you know what? Fuck, I'm pulling it up verbatim because I just don't want to start, because I know they're going to be watching and they're going to be commenting afterwards. Let's get it. I got to go to my profile one sec. Because yeah, this is someone who always comments when you say anything negative about AEW. They come right to the rescue with their favorite company in the whole wide world.
I don't say anything negative about AEW. Not often, anyway.
Maybe you should start. You should start saying
wrong about. They're fine. It's a fine company. They won 11 Wheaties.
11 Wheaties. That's amazing. Just amazing stuff. Were they taken down? Did somebody take down the comments? You people. It's not Doug. I wish it were Doug.
I didn't take it down. You know, I don't check that stuff.
I know. Did they? Looks like
so.
Who did that?
I don't know who took it. I thought you're the only person who checked that stuff.
Apparently, someone else was doing it.
Oh.
I'm not. I don't like that. Anyway, the person basically
can you
said,
trace it?
No, I can't. If I can get someone's IP to find out who deleted something, I would. But it was probably someone who had access to the actual account, or it could have been a mod. I don't think mods can do. Anyway, but whatever. Point is,
I don't know.
They were like, oh, look at Sean's review and look at this one. And it's like, oh, right back to New Year hating on AEW. And I was like, I basically said, like, I took the comment, threw it back at them and said, why do you care about someone's subjective opinion on a subjective art form not being the same as yours? Who could possibly care?
I didn't even think we hated on AEW yesterday.
I didn't either. And that's why I went and actually did reply to the person. And I was like in defense of not only you, but also like the take. Because I think you gave pretty balanced reviews of Dynamite. Like, honestly, I know you guys made the joke it was a Joel Pearl fine show. It was a fine show. It nothing exciting. There was some really truly baffling, like, why is your babyface doing this stuff? But like, it just wasn't a great show. It just existed, and it was nothing truly awful except Tony forgot to pay the light bill.
Oh, if Sean was positive about it, more power to him. Like,
Sure.
I'm never gonna be mad of like, well, why were you so positive about this? Why were you so negative?
Yeah, why aren't
this?
you replying to this show the same way other people are? It's like, because people have opinions about things. My opinions about when I review TNA, it's not going to be the same as other people who review
Joel
TNA.
hates AEW. We know that. We already know.
Yeah, that's fair. But
we already know you hate AEW.
Talk about the production errors. Well, the lights. We talked about it.
The biggest thing we accomplished today is that we interviewed Eddie Kingston. The interview with Eddie Kingston aired, and this show has peaked within the first 9 days of the year, and it is all downhill from here.
Are you going to air the entirety of that diatribe, including the post comments in this breakdown? In this short?
No. I can't because no, I'm just clipping it into the short. Maybe I've admittedly gotten lazy to start the year with the shorts and stuff just because of everything going on, and I've been terrible like dividing my time. I hope to pick back up with it next week and get back on track. So this week is just gonna live unto itself, honestly, at this point.
Absolutely, I get it. It's been a busy couple of weeks, but here we are. We don't hate just one company. We hate all companies.
Yeah. All companies are just fine.
Yeah. I don't think Jeremy hates WWE. I think Jeremy, just like me, wants everyone to be better while also simultaneously hating everyone equally.
I think Jensen thinks I hate WWE after yesterday. I was on Jensen yesterday.
Oh, no. Was Jensen trying to say nice things about Cody?
No, I mean, that's always. No, he's trying to say nice things about CM Punk.
Oh, no. What's wrong with this guy? Do we have to check him? Does he have a fever?
Nah, it was the... we talked about the same stuff we talked about, Punk's comments of like fans working themselves into a shoot and getting mad about fantasy booking and stuff. And I told him like I agree with that part, but Jensen was like defending the Chris Jericho stuff and like the teasing of Chris Jericho, and I had to push back very hard on that. I was like, nah, they were stupid, they were dumb with that. Yeah. So it's fine. Jensen actually like really likes CM Punk. You wouldn't know it, but he does.
When Cody and Punk face off, he's going to be so.
Oh yeah.
He'll be 100% Cody, but he'll lob shit at CM Punk, and it's going to be very funny.
Yeah. Nah, Jensen does like Punk though. He's always been a fan.
Did
Punk.
we do?
He was praising him yesterday. All right. It is Friday. Everyone knows what it means for Friday.
Mana, the final boss, and here we go. This is how good. The final. God damn, that's good shit.
And there we go. Ah, damn, that's good shit.
Took a big swig there.
I'm trying to drink all of it at this point because I think it's been just sitting in my closet for so long that like it doesn't taste. It's truly not good shit anymore. Like. It feels like stale. It's like burning my tongue. It's I feel like it's gonna kill me at some point. No, it's always been real mana, Shuggy. It's never been. There's water. I have water right here.
It looks like it. It looks like it's water because it's the Blanco.
Yeah. But no, it's legitimate. It's legitimate tequila. Next time I'll get the. I feel like the silver stuff aged a little bit better than this. So Chucky Dyke saying, no way you go pick up. Of course, that's what The Rock does. You take a swig of mana and you get in the car, baby, you throw on the ZZ Top. That's how we go.
I just love the idea of you pulling up to the school.
I did when I here's a story for everybody. When I shot the Mr. Elegance video, everyone saw how I looked by the end of that video. And when we shot it, it was very close to when like I had to go pick up the kids. And so my wife was like, go take a shower. I'll go get them. It's fine. I was like, no, it's fine. I went to the kids' school, like still with like the makeup and the hair all done.
Amazing.
I was kind of embarrassed because I'm like, I don't want to like embarrass the kids fully. So like I had like my head down and everything, but then the kids get in the car and they're like, what has happened here? And I'm like, I was doing a bit, and they're like, checks out.
I thought the kids helped you with all this, but it turns out it was just
No. I use all their stuff, but like they don't actually help me with it, because usually we do this stuff like when they're at school. The wife does all the big help and everything. No, the kids is just like, can I use this? Can I use this? And then I end up using it, but they don't help me. One of the kids did draw a Cody tattoo on me for one of the shows at one time, so they'll help if like I ask of anything. But usually when we shoot a lot of this stuff, it's when they're in school. So, but yeah, I pulled up to the school looking like that.
I love the idea of you, like, you got your head down as the kids get in and they're like, everything okay? And you're just like, they just,
I had my head down and like my sunglasses on too. And so like I lift my head up, and so then they're seeing like, oh no, and then I take my sunglasses, and then they're seeing like all the eye makeup and everything, and they're just like, what? I was like, yeah, it's doing a bit, and they're like, oh yeah, check it out. They watched the video though. They thought it was good. They enjoyed it. They were like sharing it with their friends. I was like, oh shit, this isn't going well. They're like, can you send me your video? And I was like, I don't know if we need to do all that.
Your kids' friends saw it more than TNA did.
Probably.
They did more with that video than TNA did.
Probably, honestly.
That video is the reason why we don't get guests anymore from TNA. That's no other reason. Don't worry. Don't ask questions. It's okay. I'm sure our next TNA interview will be a banger.
Never mind.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
No, I was gonna say something. That like not even about TNA. I was gonna say something that would. I was just gonna say like I'm very popular with
No.
Yeah. You see, so yeah, Louis kind of got it. Grade school famous. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All right. Did we do a poll? I don't remember if we did a poll.
No, I didn't do a poll. I didn't do a poll question today. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. All right. So let's get out of here. Share this video, because if nothing else, the Eddie Kingston interview was worth the conversation. And the last 10 minutes, it's probably the best you'll get from the whole week of stuff. I got nothing else.
Sure. Oh, there's a new match. Julia against Alexa Bliss. Where's Alexa Bliss Gamer? Say her name and he will appear. Julia and Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown United States Championship. That's what it's called, right?
If there's one thing WWE needs to do, there you go. Alexa Bliss is U.S. champion. She should also win the tag titles again. And just start doing everything AEW is doing. You got women's tag champions? Nah, don't worry about that. You got a single belt on them. That's okay.
I love Alexa Bliss Gamer.
Just perfect timing. It's perfect.
No, the December XP1 winner has not been. I'll announce that on Monday. I apologize that I'm so late on these things, but I'll announce the XP1 winner. What?
We've all been dealing with stuff.
It's been a long 2 weeks. Everybody, a very long 2 weeks. I'm hoping Monday, we get settled a little bit. But yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks. I appreciate everybody's understanding and appreciation still of the show. It's been a long 2 weeks, folks.
We're hopefully back on track to be back on track. So we'll be back on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern, doing what we do. Who knows what we'll talk about? It all depends on what the wrestling shows do. That will kind of dictate how far we go with the conversations you want us to have. Like I said, go share the video and tell everyone about the Eddie Kingston interview. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I know y'all did too. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who I am, you know who he is. Go watch SmackDown at 2 o'clock Eastern, because 8 o'clock is just way too late. Go watch it now. So ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, see you in the next one.